What is up, friends? Welcome to VESL's Regional Qualifiers Day 3. My name is Jeff alongside Billy here as we are getting into the single elimination bracket. We've already had two fantastic days full of action here from our North Carolina schools. Billy, what are your thoughts headed into this single elim day? It's been a pretty exciting week thus far.
We've seen some real standout performances from some of these gamers here in North Carolina. And I was talking to you before we got on here. Doomfister was one of my favorites from day number one that I got a chance to see on stream. But yesterday there was a surprise, somebody that we hadn't seen before, and it was Reedsville. Absolutely slapped on Kings Row. And man,
the Turtle Squad. I love that squad.
Yeah, they're awesome. Michelangelo, yes, waffles do belong on pizza, and so we'll see how the things go along today. But I mean, this is where the rubber meets the road now. One team from each of these groups will be progressing forward out of this stage. So I mean, everything on the line right now. We're trying to get ourselves to the land in January. Oh my goodness, everything on the line. I mean, I can't wait to get into it. I've been excited for like the past 22 hours. Like I'm like, let's go. I'm ready.
Did you say waffles belong on pizza? I'm still stuck on that. Wait, what?
Michelangelo likes waffles on pizza. Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yes. Oh, I get it. Heroes in a half shell. Trust me, I understand. But we digress as we get in here to our first game of the day for our single elim bracket. We're actually going to start off in Group IJ, which has been a highly competitive group. And you're talking about some standout players. Well, our first matchup is going to be JP Naap taking on West Craven Team B. Now, we saw JP Naap kind of get tossed around a little bit by West Craven's A squad at the end of the day yesterday. So I think JP Naap are kind of hungry for some revenge, but they're going to have to go through this B team to make it happen.
And I think this B team actually has some firepower to it, especially with Malachi in the support role. Really did have some very impactful sound barriers to keep their team in the fight. So watch out from the support line. You will be seeing the work from back to front.
And on the other side, we were seeing Jackbird's praises all day yesterday. Be it either in the support role or in the DPS role, Jackbird was popping off and just incredibly lethal. Had two aces over the course of a first to two series. Impeccable performance coming out of the flex player there, the junior there from JP Naap. So that's one to keep an eye on the other side of the squad. JP Naap coming in 3-1. Their loss to that West Craven A team, the only loss during the group stage. West Craven Team B, they're coming into this 1-2. So on paper, JP Naap, I think are going to be your favorites heading into this matchup.
It just depends on what, because the competition in Group J, I feel, personally, from what I with that advanced scouting that they had yesterday.
Yeah, and as we took a look at the bracket a moment ago, you'll notice, we are in single elim. There is no more safety nets. There's no more, more second chances. And the winner of this one will go on to face Research Triangle, who got the bye from getting first seed through that group. So they will await them in round 2. But first things first is, JP and I've got to get through this first round, taking on West Craven B. We're also at a 1-3, friends. We get full actual Overwatch series now. No more short and stuff. You got to be good at all game types if you're going to want to go the distance here.
We get to see the flashpoint or push. So, I mean, that's just fantastic to me. We only got to see it a couple times during the group stages. And I mean, Misty was one of those tanks that I highly remember from the group stages. That could be showing up big here because they really showed a dominant and varied tank pool. So, I mean, we'll see what these teams have to offer here, but they got to get through each other first to see if they can take on the number 1 seed here.
Well, and then Cosmito for JP Naap. I didn't see as much variety from JP Naap. We saw that a couple times on stream yesterday during groups. But the Sigma, what we did see from Cosmito was exceptional. Definitely something to watch out for. So I'll be anticipating some of that Sigma look. We saw a little bit of Reaper. Jack Bird, who I was talking about earlier, played a lot of Ayari in the Sigma composition. So a very poke-heavy style coming out from JP Naap that's got them to this 3-1 record this far and into this single elim bracket.
I mean, the styles will vary, and we're about to head in right now. So everybody, here is the bracket stages starting out. This is the road to get yourself to the LAN in January and try to get yourself to state in February. And I believe there might be a surprise about where state might be played at, but we will find out about that a little bit later on. But we're going to start out here. We're going to be, is this Midtown?
This is Midtown.
This is Midtown. Okay.
This is Midtown. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are, my friend.
Okay.
But, yeah, we're kicking things off on Mid. I like it. I like not starting on control. I know that's a hot take. I mean, I'm still all for switching control to map 5 and escort to map 1 for official Overwatch League matches. But hey, that's just my own hot take on the issue. But looks like we have loaded in here. I assume we're on map 1 and didn't just miss something. But it'll be JP Naap starting us off on the defense once they do finally get to come out of spawn. Showing us Cosmito on that Sigma. Nobody surprised.
I mean, Rixiform on the tank here. I remember seeing, a couple of swaps back and forth. Roadhog dominant. I really did, like I said, Balakai was one of the leaders of this team. Really did set the tenor of the engagements that came in for West Craven B. So, we're hoping that they're going to be able to do this again. We're hoping that they're going to be able to go out and just set the pace and set the tone.
And coming out behind the Roadhog, but Rixiform gets melted. It was just Mercy and Lucio healing there for the Hog. The Hog never got a chance to pop that take a breather. And, this is a very good start for the defense from JP Naap.
I mean, this is good for them. Roadhog going to come out here again. I'd like to see the Sigma mirror here. And I mean, Big Man was somebody that I remember yesterday. I say Kajukabuka was one of my favorite gamer names out there that I saw yesterday, just because it trips off the tongue so nicely. But yeah, like Jack the Bird, I remember being very, very impressed by them. And I mean, this is kind of a standard composition just with the soldier going in. That's an early pick, 2 picks, as a matter of fact, coming in for JP Naap.
Yeah, the Rixiform just didn't stand a chance against the Bastion. Just so much damage. And yeah, a Roadhog is pretty hard to kill, particularly with that take a breather. They can seem to stay alive indefinitely, but so much just punching power coming out from Kajukabuka as well as Big Man Elbow.
I mean, you can see right here the flexibility of Jack the Bird. I mean, look at that beautiful pylon placement. That's going to be so hard to take down. And I mean, if they get in any trouble, they can just get back, and there's the healing pylon, just getting them all up.
It is cleverly positioned where it's kind of hiding behind the little hanging bar from the front. And if you're coming from this little side room, you have to completely step out of the room to get LOS on that pylon. Very, very clever positioning indeed. A couple of quick kills coming through. Truly Voice does get rezzed up inside that room. And we got us a bit of a Bastion duel. One that Johnny is going to interrupt with a skill orb.
Well, I mean, we see the touch there coming in from Anthony, and I actually gets 2.5 ticks, actually. So, I mean, they've got some progress percentage going on. No tie here, and Rick's going over to the Orisa. A little bit better look here. They'll have a little bit more staying power, a little bit better to heal up, but still, I mean, you got to watch your engagements. Need to go in as a full fight because that's where they're really struggling right now. It's so disconnected.
It's going to be a Captive Sun out here from Jack the Bird. Truly Voice getting topped off for the Mercy. Thankfully, they've gotten very low several times. Malachi, unfortunately, does fall behind them with the sound barrier in their pockets. So Truly Voice kind of caught in a rough spot here, just desperately hiding in a corner. Eventually, JK Naap move in and take care of that, recognize that vulnerability. Quick little hack from the outside, but Johnny is there for the kill.
There's the res, though, coming through, and I mean, sound barrier and the Valkyrie ready to go. You're coming up on a ton of ultimates, and oh my god, Kajukabuka once again. Just absolutely owning this straightaway underneath the subway car, and they're just not having any fun here.
Well, West Craven are counting on the fact that JP Knapp don't pick up the rotation. They don't pick up the back cap. But after losing 2 ticks, JP Knapp are very sensitive to this. They've got multiple eyes on that objective. So trying to run past and just hope the Bastion doesn't see you is not working out for West Craven right now.
It's a matter of ultimate or a rotation and cooldown management here. A big EMP comes through the sound barrier as well. They're going to go in on top of it.
Yeah, managed to get coupled with that EMP. Jack the Bird is still under a lot of pressure in the back. Gravitic Flux coming out from Cosmito, but doesn't have a whole lot of health. Fortunate to get that slam down. It was actually fantastic healing from Jack the Bird while Cosmito was airborne. The only reason they still have what health they do have. It's a 3-on-3, I believe, on this point. After the res, Cosmito's going to fall. Attack visor from Big Man Elbow out of the corner while the Terror Surge drove everybody away, and it bought West Craven enough time to solidify on this point. It took them until overtime, Billy, but it looks like they're on care of Johnny.
They really do. And I mean, with the fade coming through, that'll still be the contest going on. The heal orb just keep them up. They might get a chance at a recontest, but nope.
No, Johnny stepped off
there.
Yeah,
he got booped and murdered. So, Axony, going over to the Farah now. So you're going to have that threat in the sky. High ground control is going to be truly at a premium. And we see Cosmito now over in the Diva. So they have anticipated this high ground approach and, well, already out of mech.
Anthony, that's probably more accurate. I was just calling him Anthony, assuming the X was a spacer. Now they're dead. That's what they are. Truly voiced is able to act. So back, but there it is. Jack the Bird. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this gamer's already found 2. Takes down the pharmacy single-handedly as a Yari and gets the Bastion. Now has their attention turned on to the Orisa. That was a 1v1 duel in the back, by the way, between a Yari and a Bastion, and Jack the Bird won it. 4K before it's all said and done. I'm telling you, she's cracked.
Somebody signed this gamer to a freaking org. Come on, give her a scholarship. I mean, that's what these students are working for. Just to remind everybody, UNC Greensboro putting down $500,000 in guaranteed scholarships to these students.
Huge.
So huge.
Yeah, I mean, that just makes my heart melt just hearing that. Jack the Bird is making their enemy melt, as is Kajuka Buka. That was a captive sun combined with just an extreme amount of damage from the Assault Bastion.
I mean, you love it. You love it. I mean, the Moira suck there taking care of it. I mean, look at this tech, though. Understanding that they need to have a great position here. I mean, you've got 3 DPS right now. That's the problem, is that Jack the Bird doesn't care about your rotations. It's just going to go ahead and just click you between the eyes, and it's all good and done.
And is keenly aware of the pylon placement as well. Very good. Look at it again. Anthony or Axthony, however we want to say that, gets picked out of the sky once more because there's just no safe fly space when Jack the Bird is around on the Sayari. Does eventually get taken down and is truly voiced and had enough of the newest Overwatch hero. Moving around to the outside, but there's no tank here for West Craven, so they're trying to push in, basically using the Bastion as a tank, and the Bastion takes the brunt, the majority of the damage. Anthony is able to move out and kind of melt Big Man Elbow in a bit of a scramble here towards the end. Nice play from the Lifeweaver. It was a good pull as well as the platform to position them a little bit better, but eventually Cosmito was able to hunt down both of those supports despite the excellent play from Malachi.
I mean, we got the Symmetry in here right now that doesn't care about your kinetic grasp or your shielding. So, I mean, they've got an extreme amount of damage coming in here, and the Photon Barrier is going to give them a little bit of purchase.
Okay. West Craven apparently, they don't come into their true form until they hit overtime. And suddenly we see what this team is capable of. Oh, but Anthony goes down. It's a nice flank for Big Man Elbow to get behind the Photon Barrier with that tactical visor. Big Man Elbow able to pick up a pair and really kind of chop the knees off on this attack. I think this is as far as West Craven's going to go.
Yep, I mean, that is going to do it. Done and dusted here. Still, I mean, farther than I think we expected them to get. Based upon the first 3.5 minutes of how point A went, and then just completely stonewalled again on the back of Jack the Bird, the positioning, the pylon placement as well. Absolutely magnificent from this gamer. Cosmito really holding the front line too, my friend. We talk about, the tanks a lot. We talk about the DPS a lot. Cosmito, though, playing very well in concert with Jack the Bird, always having that experimental barrier or the accretion ready to go when the going gets a little tough. I like this. I like this tank. I can see why you guys were so high on this gamer yesterday. And now seeing it in person today, absolutely the same. I didn't see the same level up against West Craven, so I think that they're taking a little bit of that frustration of putting a goose or getting off the goose egg and getting a French fry in their column. Yeah, they're taking it out of this poor West Craven B team.
Now on the defense, using a Reinhardt. More Lucio with it. This is an up-close and personal composition. This is all about getting the Bastion into a good position and maneuvering them around with the Symmetra teleporter. Very reminiscent of the London Spitfire composition.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spitfire used Baptiste and Lucio, but that's the only difference. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I would love to see a May here, honestly, for myself instead of the Symmetra. Be able to cordon off maybe Cosmito or one of these very aggressive DPS that like to get forward.
But teleporting is fun.
Teleporting is fun. Teleporting is fundamental.
There you go. Teleporting is fundamentally Overwatch. There, how we piece it together. Look at us go, friends. Kujuka also going hard into the paint. Truly voice falls. Big man elbow getting into the mix as well. The DPS from JP Naap showed up in a big way here on this first attack. And this is looking like a one and done. There's still a Symmetra and a Lucio hanging out at the entrance to the subway. Oh, but that grenade just did so much damage to both of them. They're just going to sit and hide while JP Naap move on to the point.
What would you do? I'd be running
much of the same.
Too.
Oh, I would too. No doubt. No doubt. Eventually, they try to regroup with the rest of the team, but JP Naap managed to catch that rotation. Even that short little distance from the subway to that exit. No. JP Naap's not letting you have anything.
No, but I mean, this is a businessman-like performance coming out from JP Naap. They wasted no time. They know there's no tricks or gimmicks coming out here. They know their composition. They know how they want to play this. Who the heck is up there? Jack the Bird was up there in their spawn, trying to 1v5 the entire team. I respect the moxie. I gotta say, I respect the moxie.
First time I've seen Jack the Bird on a Zenyatta, I will say it's been a joy. Teleport out up close to allow West Craven to try to get in the face of this Bastion and still have a bit of escape. What I'm really concerned about is where Truly Voiced is placed and when they use their wheels down form, their artillery form, their assault form. There it is. Wheels down. They're just going to throw right down Main Street. Looking for Jack the Bird, who has swapped off the Zenyatta on over to an Ayari, and Cosmito sticks around a little bit too long. Pearl Yeti is able to push it on the back of all that damage coming out from Truly Voiced, and West Craven have their first good team fight win here on the defense.
Yep, I mean, that's fantastic work. And I mean, it's Pearl Yeti going over to the Brigida, being able to get up in close, right up in Cosmito's face, and, give a little bit of that CC that the Accretion has been providing. And that Inspire uptime is so important. It keeps you in fights longer than maybe you might expect. And I think that was a real kicker there coming into this fight.
JP Naap have a couple of ultimates trying to break this open, and they don't have very far to go. West Craven basically need to be perfect for the rest of this map if they want to take the lead in their series, start things off right here on Midtown, and a kill on Johnny will go a long way. It's a primary source of the sustain, now absent. Just a healing pylon to try to keep Cosmito alive, and they just get bashed in the face by a Jukabuka. Is not going to last long.
Yep, I mean, that rally was absolutely perfectly timed. They win the fight on 2 ultimates, so, I mean, for them...
Attack visor? Really?
Scary. You're going to go down. No? Yes.
I mean, even if they manage to scramble and stay alive, which they cannot, I mean, I think you would have rather used that when you had the rest of your team there to kind of help push forward and get value out of it. West Craven throwing their sound barrier on the back of that, and, well, despite that, somehow Rixo goes down. So Tank now absent. Sound barrier no longer available for the defense, and a Gravitic Flux is going to find 3. This is massive. That Lucio's going to get smashed down immediately. The Bastion has no health left. The Artillery Strike will easily send them back to spawn. This map is looking done and dusted. A brilliant 1-2 punch coming out of JP Naap with a Gravitic Flux into the Artillery Strike. And this is looking a little desperate, although, what did I say? In the most desperate of times, that's when West Craven seemed to rise to the challenge as Anthony comes with the hair, and now Rexoform is back.
Reaper in the backline right now on the point, contesting that vampire healing, starting to really pay dividends here. They were actually turning the fight around West Craven, not giving up, but the Reaper's still in there.
That was such a nice edge. JP Naap had that one in the bag, and I think they thought they had it in the bag a little bit more than they did, not realizing that Anthony was coming in behind them. Picking up that 2 kills, absolutely safe this map, and now there's a photon barrier from the Symmetra that's allowing Versus everyone to push forward and challenge this Bash and keeping Kajukabuka entirely off balance and out of position, or at least not in the fight like they'd want to be. Also leaves Cosmito alone. Nobody there to help them out. Both of our tanks, aforementioned, will go down. A bit of a pause as JP Naap decide how they want to approach in this tankless fight. Sound barrier out from West Craven. Truly Voice coming in with the assault form and has eyes set on Jackbird and the Reaper in the back as well. Kajukabuka's going to fall everybody in a corner. Easy fire in here. Fish in a barrel for Truly Voiced.
Absolutely fantastic fight, and they've whittled a minute and a half since the last really big engagement that we had. It's been all West Craven, marshaling out their support ultimates very nicely. Pearl Yeti up to another rally. That's going to hold them in such good stead. We see Cosmito go over to the Ramatra.
Haven't seen a lot of Ramatra out of Cosmito. Hasn't felt the need to switch on the times that we've seen them on stream, at least on this side. There's assault form. Oh, everybody from JP Naap is back away. You've got to be so careful with all this damage coming up. Now that valuable cooldown has been spent, JP Naap, how are you going to respond? It's a captive son is how with the Death Blossom. And immediately the feeds start lighting up. JP Naap waited for the right possible time, and then they seized the window of opportunity brilliantly, annihilating West Craven, claiming Midtown as their own. 1-0 to JP Naap to kick off day 3 here at our regional qualifiers.
What a fantastic switch from Cosmito to go over to the Ramatra. You have the Nemesis form. You can just go in there and lay hands on West Craven. Yeah, absolutely deserved here from Jack the Bird. Had a fantastic map once again, and this gamer is absolutely magical on the Yachty.
It was a good swap. I mean, absolutely just throwing hands on that Ramatra. And then, yeah, I mean, Jack the Bird got our player of the match yesterday for very good reason. Keep playing like that, and you'll get another one, my friend. Wow. Fantastic map to kick things off. It was unconventional starting on Midtown, but I liked it. I truly do.
It's a nice, refreshing change of pace. It's not Lijiang. It's also not Kings Row. We didn't start on Kings Row for the hybrid map either. So,
All right. Yeah. Okay. Nothing happened, friends. Nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about, Billy. I don't know what you're talking about. We are actually going to go to a break before we head. back into our regional fires for day 3 here at VESL. Jeff and Billy returning. We're gonna go check out another game. We're gonna jump into Group C, take a look around the league, see what's going on. And we're gonna get into Butler versus Hoff for their second map. The 0-3 Hoff have not won a series yet, are up 1-0 over the 2-1 Butler. Serious underdog story going on here as we cut into map 2.
I love it. I love a good underdog story, and we can get ourselves right into it. It sounds like we're going to Kings Row.
That's what I heard.
So, you know what? I mean, this will show what kind of steel does Hoff have in their stead, because going up 1-0, having not won a series, you know, there's that adrenaline factor when you are in competitive play. You know, you come out here and you set the tone with a map win. Holy cow, the whole world's changing. Everybody remembers that they can come and use their microphones, and things start looking up. We saw it happen yesterday with a couple of teams where, oh my gosh, we won a map. Holy cow, we can do this again. And it just started churning over and over. That's what I love about this scene.
Oh, I mean, it breathes life to your whole squad. I mean, one cool play can just breathe so much life into your entire team. And like you said, I mean, comms wake up. Everybody starts, I mean, everybody's just feeling on fire. Everybody's that much more focused and that much more confident that they've got what it takes to pull off the dub. I mean, all it takes is one good play or one good map win in this case. So we'll see if Hoff can carry that momentum into this Kings Row and go up 2-0. Reminder, friends, we are in a first of 3 now. So best of 5, excluding any draws. So longer format series here, more time for a team to come back and make adjustments. So Hoff gonna have to hang on a little bit longer here, even if they are able to take Kings Row.
Well, it looks like they're about to take point 2. They're about to take point 2.
6 minutes on the clock.
What? Okay. I mean, look at. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Legend just got blown up. But I mean, you take that. You take that, and you get yourself inside the foundry. We'll look to see if Spoon or Echo Venom can take high ground. Looks like we do have a disconnect from Butler though.
I like the idea that the Legend just put up the most perfect, like, 2 minutes of Kings Row gameplay that has ever existed, and the moment we cut to them on stream, they died. Like, that would be my luck. Because obviously you had some good ride play if you got here in 2 minutes. Everybody has ult except for the Ryan themselves, as well as Icicle, who had a nice little boop with that whip shot, by the way, but that's in the past. It's also in the past is apparently one of Butler's supports. One of those that they lost, Billy, was another support. They just have a Zenyatta now.
I mean, the Zenyatta's the one that took the Reinhardt down. So, I mean, you know, damage is going to be at a premium, but also healing is going to be at a premium too. I guess they are going to have the Transcendence coming up here against this Tree of Life.
I mean, that's going to be the only hope here. Unfortunately, they will not get a chance to use it. Shatter does come down, and the sad Echo, or sad Gecko, excuse me. Sajco, there's so many ways to read that name. But you can't mistake How's dominance here on the back of point C as they complete Kings Row with a whopping 439.
I mean, when you've got a disconnect, I mean, unfortunately, we do play through here. So for Hoff, I mean, this should be an easy hold. They're asking for the forfeit. Oh my lord. Okay. Not sure what that is all about. Maybe we were having some technical difficulties with their 5th player. Hopefully they have a sub that can come in here for Butler.
Playing 4v5 is so tough. It's such a massive advantage compared to previous days. If Overwatch 1 were 6v6, if you lose one, the 5v6 didn't feel nearly as insurmountable. A 4v5 feels downright impossible, Billy.
Especially when it's just somebody that apparently can only play the Zenyatta. Oh no, wait, we do have a second person on support now, so it's going to be 1 tank, 1 DPS, and 2 supports. So they were able to roll swap here in the interim, and well, the sad Gecko has gone over to the DPS. Mr. Biscuit into the tank role, and we've got a Zenyatta and a Baptiste here for Butler's support line. So, I mean, while you are still suffering a little bit from healing, at least you have the Immortality Berry and you have the burst healing coming out of the Baptiste.
I mean, if they had a Wrecking Ball in their pocket, that would be my recommendation for Mr. Biscuit. And a Wrecking Ball just doesn't require as much resources, and you can allow your team to kind of spread out and just kind of hit from different angles. As it stands, Butler are just going to go face-to-face here in 2 brawl comps, but Butler DPS means clearly they have got their work cut out for them.
They do. I mean, look at Echo Venom just walking past this chokehold here. Just letting the Reinhardt shield him up. So, I mean, you've got basically a big 1,200 hit point shooting blind, and Spoon is just waiting for anybody to come into their web.
Spoon is waiting for a good matinee, perhaps. Get some popcorn, kill a sad gecko. I mean, you know, just general day at the theater.
They're gonna have fun. They're gonna have fun, that's for sure. Oh boy. He's gonna get caught out here.
Bouncing around that poor Zenyatta. Mukimo was on a trampoline over there in the corner. Poor Zen. Oh, my heart goes out to you, bud.
I mean, this is difficult to watch, to be quite honest, because you know there's really nothing that can be done. I mean, the only thing I would think to do is to come out with the Bastion, try to blast your way through, maybe go to the skies and try to counter out this Bastion from Echo Venom. You know, just try to see if you can get a pick. One pick would even it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean, really your only hope would kind of be scattering in all directions. Either a dive composition where you can scatter your DPS out, a pharmacy could work and just, you know, pull eye lines up and scatter out. It's very tough. Now Butler going to try to do this with no tank whatsoever. I don't think that's the answer. I'm guessing Mr. Biscuit is just going to try to run, is just going to go invis and run to the point and try to pull the spawn camp away from the front door.
Yep, I think it's a good option. I mean, in Echo Venom, if they go down, which they do,
there you go. Yeah.
This is the beginning where they could actually start to take this out.
It's still a 4v4 with no tank here for Butler. Mr. Biscuit trying to loop around top side. Small window. The Bastion has respawned. Echo Venom making their long walk back into this fight. Meanwhile, Mr. Biscuit has looked all the way behind the supports going inside the house. The other three players from Butler are still trying to poke through this choke. Mukimo has managed to build up a Transcendence to use to try to break this open. But so much damage is coming through. Yeah. Gachino, excuse me, goes down. And that just kind of started the dominoes to fall.
I mean, Mr. Biscuit is still up. No, they just spawned back in. So, yeah, I mean, Gigachino trying to do what they can. They're going to have the window and the Transcendence here. So they do have maybe a little bit of an option, but I mean, the Shatter's almost there. Nothing to block it. This is going to be pain central in the next 96 seconds.
For whatever reason, I'm reminded of Shanghai Dragons deciding to be the only team to not play goats and go in with a Wrecking Ball triple DPS comp back in the day. This is kind of what that reminds me of. Hoff is playing this very close, all bunched up together, very difficult to kill anybody, very difficult to get anything done. And Butler don't have that same resources. They don't have that option available to them. We've got to try and get creative, which is what we're seeing. Mr. Biscuit able to get a nice kill, patiently waiting to take Icicle. Gauchino is able to get one with the Amplification Matrix. That was from up on high. So 2 quick kills here. Legends trying to hide with this Earth Shatter to bring it back. Oh, and Spoon and Juju take down the back line. There was a moment of opportunity here for Butler, but unfortunately, Legends just smashed it in the face with a hammer.
Yeah, I mean, smash is the right word. Nice shots from Juju, and that's going to do it here. The pain is over here for Butler. They're going to go down 0-2 in our first to 3 bracket matchup.
I mean, that's a 2-1 Butler falling to Hoff here. And it shows 1 and 2 on screen. I was under the impression that they were 0 and 3 and just got through on map differential. Maybe I'm looking at... They have multiple teams.
Perhaps.
So maybe I was looking at the wrong team. Because that's... No, that's Hoff B versus Butler A. That's because this is out of Group C. Hoff A is 2-1, but Hoff B is definitely showing 0-3 here, but so is Rocky River. So I think Hoff got through on map differential. Either way, they're the underdog. Like, either way, the underdog story is still holding strong, and Hoff are up 2-0, a match point, and 1 map away from moving on into tomorrow's games and 1 step closer to that regional win. I cut back into our JP Naap versus West.
Yep, I think that's I think that's the way to go. And oh no, yeah, they wanted to play it out there, so we will see them play it out. It will be most likely Hoff getting through. The underdog story will probably come true, but we are going to go ahead and hop into that JP Naap versus West Craven game. We're going in right now. It should be map number 2, and it looks like we are on King's Row, so another hybrid map.
I honestly don't hate it. I think hybrid is like the most honest Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie. Kuchikabuka is able to find a wrecking ball. I was asking for a wrecking ball in our last match. Rixiform is giving it to us here. West Craven have already attacked? Question mark. Red usually attacks first, and it looks like they got full health. Unless there was some sort of option. No. You can see the yellow triangle at the top of your screen at the 33% mark, indicative that JP Naap have full health and only need one to win this map and move up to match point. Zone on a contesting. Here comes the Lucio. Malachi is trying to lock things down. We saw Red up at the most desperate of times last time, and Anthony's doing it again. Takes Kuchikabuka down, but that is all they're able to get done. JP Naap, quick convert.
Yep, and they take the. They are now 2-0 here in their first round matchup, and I mean they're looking pretty indomitable right now. Once again, Jack the Bird getting another play of the game, as I think we lost Bull Skunk there. The internet may have gone away, but my goodness, what a fantastic play once again from Jack. We're just absolutely gnarly going through and taking care of his stuff. Yeah, poor Jeff's internet just gave out on him. So we are going to throw it to a quick little break while we get our next matchup. Oh, okay. I see you now. I see you. Hello.
I'm here. What? Nothing happened. I'm here.
You were like...
Of course.
So, yeah.
Of course I was paused on the worst freeze frame imaginable. Of course. All right. You were saying something about a break, Billy. You were saying something about a break.
Yeah, we're going to throw it to a quick little break while we get our next matchup set up, and we will be back with you in just a few minutes. Don't go away.
coming out with a vengeance there in map 2. Now sit on match point. We're going to stick with this series. It's been such a joy to watch. We're just going to follow them right into Flashpoint, Billy.
Yep, we're heading to New Jack City, the new map type, going to Junker Queen's purview, and we'll see if JD Naap can close out this series 3-0 and get themselves into the next round up against the number 1 seed. We'll see how this is going to go down.
Yeah, playing for the opportunity to go up against Research Triangle there tomorrow for the final match, determine who will move on to regionals later on this year, beginning of next year, not quite sure. One of the two. We're cutting right into this thing. Already have positioning on the point. JP Naap with...
Yeah, I mean, Johnny kind of low, though. I mean, with the support buff and that pylon should get him back up and healthy. Johnny been playing very aggressive alongside Jack the Bird. By the way, playing the Reinhardt now. So this is the 3rd role that we have seen this gamer play. And Cosmito's actually playing the Iyari now.
Yeah, Jack the Bird has now officially played every role in this tournament. We also had some role swaps on the other side, but we'll touch on those in a second. Jukabuka finds 2, still on the Bastion. Nothing changing there. Make it 3 here for Kajukabuka. Voted best name in VESL and maybe best Bastion if this play keeps up. Getting right in their face. Jack the Bird. Oh, well, perhaps not as good when you don't have a gun. That was a little ambitious. A little ambitious.
Kajukabuka's on the hunt. Looking for looking for the they decided to go back. That's going to be the first flashpoint of Arena taken. And well, there's still a fight broken out here in Arena. And well, I mean, we see Big Man go down. So I mean, any more casualties here might actually be in the disfavor of JP Naap. West Craven need to start making their way towards the next flashpoint because it's going to be immediately available as they go in.
I mean, it's kind of, the fight is here, so everybody's got a fight here. You don't want to risk losing out on this fight, so I understand why West Craven stuck around to take the fight. Malachi and Anthony really wanted to prevent the cap. Both of them just yeeted onto the point, but it was a split second too late. So yeah, that fight takes place after JP Naap has already capped. But with the fight win, West Craven have their entire team here at the next point, while JP Naap are still waiting on reinforcements.
Yep, and we're here in Refinery. We're going to go ahead and get the May out here with the Coalescence. So, I mean, lots of firepower. That's an early pick. What a long YOLO pin coming in from, and the Shatter goes down.
Yeah, the Shatter finds 3. Jack the Bird puts in 2 back-to-back fire strikes to take him down. Okay, I may have made a mistake, Jack the Bird. You're just as good with a hammer as you are with an Iyari rifle. What a pin.
Okay, that's a YOLO pin if I've ever seen one. I got actually age dipped yesterday by Paul, saying because I put yeet and YOLO in one sentence. Come on.
Hey, no, I'm with you. All right, YOLO was from the '90s. I'm sorry Drake like repopularized it in 2010 or whatever, but that is our word. Okay, anyway.
No, he's got a pin again. No.
That pin just took him from coast to coast. That just went from the Appalachians to the ocean. What a pin there from Jack the Bird. Let's do another one. Why not?
Why not indeed? I mean, TACFighters are ready to go here. No wall to prevent it from coming in. I mean, they've got the Blizzard and the Annihilation, but Jack the Bird, another pin, just says, you know what, Anthony, you're not going to get this on.
This has just been all W from this Reinhardt. And another shatter. That Jack the Bird's just going to get one every fight. There's attack visor coupled with this as well, and West Craven are just kind of stuck under this bridge. That good kill onto the Lucio meant the only hope of West Craven getting to bail themselves out of this. Just got splattered against the wall. Now it's a sound barrier from JP Naap as they run in and clean up. 2 points captured, completed. And now just one more capture point for JP Naap to move on to face Research Triangle tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I think that's a pretty foregone conclusion, especially with that change up there and take the Lucio down. You don't have the speed engage. Well, I say that. Big Man goes down to the primary fire of Anthony, but yep. I mean, the honorable Moira v. Moira duel goes Johnny way. Then Anthony just says, "Yeah, you don't take my Moira down."
It's Jack the Bird. West Craven players just pin all day. I'd love to see the stat on how many pin kills they've got. Eventually, Rick's informed. Who's playing Lucio this map, by the way? Was playing Tank previously. Has the sound barrier that's enabled West Craven to move in and actually go up in this fight. They have not quite won it yet, Still one more DPS player, Kajukabuga, up on the high ground with a Mori to back him up. But Kajukabuga's down. Johnny falls shortly thereafter. West Craven finally gets a percentage for the first time on this map.
All right. I mean, that's exactly what they see as we're here in flats. And, well, West Craven has some engagement tools here. They're actually going to have 3 ultimates coming into this fight up against the from JP Naap. So a little bit of off-rolling going on here, a little bit of trolls maybe going on. I don't know. But this Annihilation is going to be very difficult to deal with unless you can get this the dueling coalescence fight going on.
The kidnap! Pearl Yeti gets absolutely just bamboozled all the way into the backline of JP Naap, courtesy of Jack the Bird. You have won a trip back to spawn. Congratulations, JP Naap. Now have control.
Yep, I mean, that's a 71% though for West Craven, so there's going to be a chance for them to re-engage. And they've got, once again, Annihilation and the Blizzard at their backs. They're going into, however, a Shatter. And we've seen Jack just let loose with the Q on cooldown. So, I mean, if they have time to set this up, Jack the Bird could actually probably get, what, 2 or 3 on the rip?
Oh, yeah, if not more, depending on how West Craven make this approach, because they got to run through these chokes. You can see Jack the Bird getting close, but just puts up that shield and decides to back on. Now, Artillery Strike to try to hit the rotation, but Anthony's too quick. Anthony finds 2 before the Artillery Strike can land. Now an Annihilation out from Pearl Yeti, but that gets absolutely shut down. Jack the Bird finds 2 with 1 swing. And that is going to conclude this first match of the day. JP Naap come out with a clean 3-0 on the back of one of the most cracked players in the entire VESL tournament.
Oh, my word. And I mean, I tell you what.
There she is.
JP Naap, yeah, there she is. Once again, just playing their hearts out. Look at this. Just absolutely nasty. Absolutely cracked on any role that they play. I mean, she is just an absolute menace to this game. And you know what? When we talk about this, going up against the West Craven A team, completely different story. Jack the Bird was not the playmaker. So, I mean, West Craven B, West Craven A, 2 completely chasms apart. So we'll see if they can actually maybe get themselves a little revenge later on the tournament as they face Research Triangle tomorrow.
I mean, I think that's the last one. I think if they're going to have to play West Craven Team A, it'll be in regionals. If I understood the bracket that we saw earlier. Yeah, I believe they fight Research Triangle to determine who moves on to regionals. So, you know, JP Naap has to have him somewhere in their sights. The only team to beat him was West Craven's A squad. But that brings us to the end of our first series of the day. For still plenty of more action coming your way. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, our marquee matchup will be Sun Valley C taking on Kearns when we turn with more VESL regional qualifiers. We'll see you then. in day 3 of the VESL regional qualifiers for Overwatch. Jeff and Billy returning as we get ready for our second marquee matchup of the day. This time, we're headed to Groups KL as we have got Kearns Academy taking on Sun Valley Team C.
Yep, Kearns Academy, School of Computer and Information Sciences out of High Point, North Carolina, going up against Sun Valley High School out of Monroe, North Carolina, coming in at 1 and 2 respectively. There's that Reedsville B team that was scaring me yesterday. They were pretty. I think it was their A team that was actually the scary one. But good lord, this is a very stacked lineup. Sun Valley having 2 teams into the final round here, or into the qualifiers here. So, I mean, this is how we're looking at the winner of this is going to take on Pine Forest, and we're going to see how this goes down. But Kearns Academy coming out of the Foothills Conference here in the VESL League, going up to somebody from the Metrolina. That'll be Sun Valley coming out from the Metrolina Conference. So, man, I mean, this is going to be, another match that we have no idea about what these 2 teams look like. I did not have a chance to see them on the A stream yesterday. We're, of course, here on the B stream today. This is a chance for everybody to get their first real looks at these 2 teams, and maybe we'll have another underdog story in the waits.
I mean, we briefly got a look at Sun Valley C on our first day here on the B stream. Well, they 2-0'd Concord. I haven't really seen them since. They looked really good. It was a pretty fast and furious matchup, but it was just that small little glimpse as to what they had to offer. But clearly, they were good enough to make it into day 3, into our single elim bracket. And I mean, remember, they are now just 2 wins away from qualifying for that regional championship. That will be on land later in the year. But first things first, it is this match, this first to 3 against Kearns Academy that stands before Sun Valley and, well, the future of their squad.
Well, we will see what happens there. Make sure that you're taking a look at the ticker on the bottom of the screen, by the way, showing us real-time data about what happened. We did see that Hoff did take down Butler with that 5v4 situation, taking him down 3-0. And
underdogs.
We are the underdogs coming through big time. Now, look at this composition coming in from Sun Valley. They're going to play the Zarya into a Diva. So, you would think that Kearns Academy right now will have the upper hand coming into this fight.
It depends on how much charge Hatsu can get. Defense Matrix doesn't do a whole lot to stop a Zarya being in at full charge. Zarya does, 190 DPS, I believe, these days. So full charge Zarya is certainly a scary prospect for a Diva. Can melt him can melt a Sombra even quicker. As the zombie boy just became aware. Hatsu glowing as they emerge onto the point with a Bastion to back them up, and Kearns Academy just has to hide in cage. I mean,
hiding in cage is the best way to go. I mean, you can actually position yourself for a recontest, but no. Days Gamer Bob and Rexodon getting the work done for them, 10% and counting. This is going to be a reset here for Kearns Academy, and I mean, I think the mobility might be a little bit of an issue here, especially with the slow grandma as your healer, because you're looking at, the Baptiste and the life where you're able to pull a vulnerable person out of danger. So, I mean, you've got a platform to set that Bastion up as well. There's a lot going on here for this Sun Valley team.
Can we just take a moment to highlight we have Daisy Gamer versus Zombie Boy, and Daisy Gamer, living up to the narrative, is able to kill the Zombie Boy. I just find that very fitting. 5v4 here, Sun Valley's conservative hold is serving them well. They put a lot of distance between their opponents, knowing Kearns Academy has to get up close and personal to be at their best. So Kearns Academy trying to avoid as much as possible. Doge managed to get under their skin a little bit. Daisy Gamer is going to fall to the shotties. Now has to use a Wraith form, but is very much in the back. Blood, and we'll find it. Well, at least of the Bastion variety, a little Omnic blood, perhaps some oil, if you would. But Doge is still alive and kicking here on the Reaper. Now has a Death Blossom to boot, and now Kearns Academy has control of the point.
What a great pylon there as well. I mean, they're positioning around it, they're playing around it, they're coming back when they need. Daisy taking down the Grandma, though. That's the bulk of their healing gone.
Graviton Surge and Ant Matrix with it, so that Winston is just not going to last. Somehow Doge is able to get out of there alive. Same can't be said for VQ, though. I'm not quite sure how you want us to pronounce that. I'm just going to call you VQ for now. They do have a Captive Stun in their pocket, but Kearns Academy have basically one more shot at this point.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the ultimates coming up, I mean, they just invested 3 ultimates into that fight, so a little bit expensive there for them to retake, and especially if Doge can get down with this Death Blossom and avoid the projected barrier target, that would be a great opening for them.
Well, first bubble is going to be used on themselves. So into the back goes the Winston, trying to find some squishier targets, but there's nothing to it. You're barking at the wrong tree. But meanwhile, here comes Doge underneath with a captive is a shining Death Blossom that will eventually take Sun Valley down. Kern's Academy, they needed to be perfect, and oh, they were so close to. Zombie Boy falls late. That could be a disaster.
I mean, the heals are still there for Doge. Doge is their primary DPS, it seems like. We're going to see if the CW can actually get up to this prime. They do with the Nano.
Oh, just barely. Camster gets the Nano off just as the artillery shell falls, and the CW is making good use of their sacrificial play. Has Doge caught in a corner? You're not going to survive that. Oh my goodness. Well, it's Hatsu coming up with that big kill. Both of our tanks are putting up good work, but Hatsu's the only one standing when it's all said and done.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the power of the Zarya. Once they get over that 50% charge, that's when they get really lethal. And Hatsu really understanding how to play this Zarya. No chances for a touch, I don't think. Yeah, that's going to be a... Oh, my God. That's a grab into the window. Oh, my God. That's a ton of damage. That's just scary to look down the barrel of a Bastion assault form.
I mean, that's twice in that one sub-map we saw Sun Valley pull out that combo. So we know they're looking for that combo, and you can expect that to come at the same time in the future. Which means if you're Kern's Academy, you need to be very... You gotta spread out if you're counting on that Graviton Surge coming out.
What the other thing is why...
My fall was so embarrassing.
Help.
Nobody saw Mayday. You're good. You're good, Mayday. Nobody saw it.
You're good. No, but I mean, CW going over to answer the Zarya. So I like the mirror matchup here. You're going to give Doge a lot. Well, they were on the Reaper. Now they're over to the Bastion. So it's going to be the Cassidy versus the Soldier as far as utility, as far as, you know, a little bit more of the DPS, the straight ahead DPS matchup. I like the fact that VQL is out here on the Kiriko. The Kitsune Rush with a Bastion is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Oh, yeah, it's a mean combo we have seen a ton. Also, Kitsune Rush with Tac Visor. You've got multiple options here to pair with VQ's ultimate, pair with that Kitsune Rush. Coming through from the inside, Hatsu tried to jump out on the point, but the Immortality Field is light. Revenge has been found, and Zombie Boy somehow manages to kill themselves. So... you do still have Daisy down underneath in the L, just rolls out to try to help deal with the CW, because the CW has been charged up and getting a lot of work done on this point, enough to grab first control here for Currents.
I mean, what great mechanics there from McLovin, though. Love that name. Almost McGravy-esque, and we'll see. I mean, what a great grenade coming out and taking down really the opportunity healer there in VQL. They get him off to the side, though. 25% and counting. They take control of the point. Boy, Hatsu is absolutely glowing right now.
I love CW's patience with the bubbles. It's enough to get it to 100. Very, very good at using them to engage appropriately with the Zarya. You have to be so conscious of your opposition's bubbles in this Zarya v Zarya matchup. It can be very much a mind game. One that Hatsu and CW have got a brilliant dance going on right now. Hatsu closer to the Graviton Surge and holding down fort. Sun Valley building a percentage throughout the entirety of this fight. Finds VQ, caught out in the back with no cooldowns and nowhere to go. And the Kiriko, now absent, means Kern's Academy a bit in a struggle bus here for the rest of this fight.
Yeah, but I think you just need to do a quick tactical disengage. But that's an early grab coming out and no bubbles.
Oh, you wanted to disengage? Oh, here, have a Graviton Surge, courtesy of Hatsu. No disengage for you. I don't know why you put the tree up, mate. I'm not sure you needed that. Might have been a little bit of a panic ult there.
Maybe. But I mean, you do
it's
have
pretty.
DPS ultra. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's just, you know, replenishing some oxygen here in Ruins. That's...
I mean, that dance between the two Zaryas definitely took my breath away. I know, you know what? CW going to be coming up on their own Graviton Surge. They're up at 70%. We're very rapidly approaching last fight territory.
Kern's Academy dancing along the coastal edge. Trying to work around the outside. They're going to drop Meteor Strike and a Kitsune Rush into the middle. Oh, Zombie Boy tried to pair the Tac Visor with that Kitsune.
And I think he cut out again, or his voice meter completely crapped out. But yeah, that's a fight win there for Courage Academy. They're actually turning this fight around. They get the capture at 86% on the back of 3 ultimates coming out. That Kitsune Rush absolutely securing the fight for Courage Academy. We're going to see if Sun Valley can come back. They've got the meteor, or they've got the artillery strike ready to go. Nothing else online, and you're holding the Graviton Surge from CW in the back pocket. But the Hamster going down, that's a huge pick. Still moving along here, Days Gamer. Yeah, I mean, we need to get a little bit more of a disconnect here. CW might have to use this Graviton Surge to get themselves a purchase on the point. They're going to flip the point without a contest. What are you doing? You got to get yourself on the point. That's going to be a big pick, though, coming from Doge on the side. The point has flipped at 89%. No heals for Doge. The grenade into the Graviton Surge. The bubble is there. All the fights are going on. Oh, my word. They're absolutely pushing on. And this is absolutely disgusting. Coming out the Deadeye, ready to go, takes down the soldier, but it's still back and forth. Tree of Life is going to secure the fight here for
tree.
Sun Valley. Oh my word! Hello, welcome back.
Yeah, my internet's mad at me today.
Okay, well, Sun Valley. I mean, that was a very, very scrappy last fight. Yep. It was extremely exciting. Hatsu, I want to call him Katsu so bad, but Hatsu getting the work done here. This is the last fight that comes up here. They actually get locked up in a Graviton Surge and come out the end of it just glowing like a Christmas tree and gets 3.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Sun Valley at the 3-1, clearly the favorites coming into this matchup. And, man, they were on running on full strength there on Elios. One thing I did want to point out, we didn't really get a chance to do in that game, but I did want to acknowledge, is we did get a bit of a swap. We saw CW playing the Lucio, I believe, in that round. And then Camster, who is typically, I believe, on the DPS role, was the one playing tank. There were some swap arounds going on there for Kern's Academy that we didn't see previously. Like, look like they were trying some different roles.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you try to do whatever you can to make things stick, and well, it didn't stick necessarily for them there. But
Right.
Sun Valley, I mean, they're a well-oiled machine right now.
Yeah, that clean 1-0 lead here in our semifinals matchup. We're going to take a small break. When we return, we are heading to hybrid when we return with more of VESL Regional Qualifiers. We'll see you in a minute. We are back. We're going to cut away from our previous match and get a glimpse around the league. See what else is going on here in our day 3 of our single elimination. We're going to cut into Wake Leadership taking on STEM Early College here.
Yep, we've got a Greensboro team versus, I believe they said...
Wake Young. I'm not sure where Wake Young is from, honestly.
Yeah. So I know that STEM EC is coming from Greensboro. So
the Raleigh area, according to my notes.
Raleigh area. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, a chance for us to take a look at some Group AB action here, and we'll see how this is going to go down. We get a chance. I didn't get a lot of chance to look at Group A yesterday or the day before, so we'll see how this is actually going to go down between the groups. We did see Panther Creek and Green Hope, 2 powerhouses in their own rights from Group A. Really did have a fantastic time there in Group A. So for them, they go take the 1-2, and then you know what, 1 and 2 here coming in for Wake Leadership. It looks like STEM EC is coming in at 2-1. So these could be 2 very evenly matched teams because you had 2 behemoths there in Group A. Oh boy, this could be a very, very interesting match indeed.
Yeah, we saw a glimpse of Wake Young Academy, who is on your right-hand side there, on day 1 here on the B stream, where they put up a heck of a fight against Panther Creek. And Panther Creek, went on to win the group, if I'm not mistaken. And Wake Young took him to a massive extra innings on Kings Row. It was a big 5v4, huge match. A lot of it based on Chaconi and the work she's able to get done in tank role. And we can see Wake Leadership already on top here on Ruins, as well as they have a sub-map already in their favor.
I mean, you know what? This is just great kiting and back and forth. And I mean, finally it takes a Moira to take down Cloud on the Genji, and that'll be the flip here coming through for them. Nice set up with the symmetric teleporter and with the turrets up there. Lots of healing coming out from a little gamer here. So we'll see how much percentage they can get going on here. They're going into a self-destruct and a Kitsune rush.
It's a lot coming out. And with the Bastion in that Kitsune rush, it's just nasty. It's just overwhelming damage. So with that said, STEM has to just kind of hang out in the pit, put up a photon barrier, and hope that Swag Check doesn't pass it, which they have. So the Transcendence is out. The Kitsune rush thrown in from Wake Leadership. The Transcendence is still going here from Dr. Savage. It eventually fade, but it's Annihilation to pick up right where Dr. Savage left off. Chaconi trying to get the heck out of dodge. The Brig slides in to keep them healed, but the Brig just ends up in the line of fire. And the STEM Academy, A&T, maintain control. Start to bring this thing back.
Kind of an awkward use of the self-destruct. I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to reposition A&T into a better position for that Kitsune rush to come out. But they just kite underneath in the ruins and get themselves into a much better position. And then they pop the Annihilation. That is such an equalizer ult. Put the Transcendence on top of it, and it's absolutely dirt.
This is a filthy combo. Transcendence and Annihilation, that's just nasty. Oh, Cloud! Cloud X able to pick up 1 with the blade. Somewhere off screen, and 5 the Bastion with it. Chaconi gets some work done as well. I think that was underneath the little U, under the bridge there on the objective. Chaconi emerges to finish the job there outside the point. A&T give up the objective, but they managed to get to 75%.
Yep, and I mean, we got another self-destruct. I mean, that's like a fight and a half, and Chaconi has already built up another self-destruct. So the work is getting done from the Diva. Doesn't match very well against the Ramacha, especially when they go into the Nemesis form. But I think that, with the other benefits of the defense matrix, with all the spam damage coming in, being able to take down the turrets so fast, I think that's why you run with the Diva here. And that's a huge pick, taking that mobility away.
Well, I mean, when we're on Chaconi's point of view there for a moment, you can see she's just eating up everything, doing a really good job of not letting any of the resources from A&T STEM get past her defense matrix, which just nullifies so much value coming out from the opposition. Making, well, one of the things, you can't get those bullets through, that is certainly going to deny some value. A nice 1-2 punch here from Chaconi and their Bastion Swag Check to really just level the playing field here. Nobody can get past. Wake Leadership have this on lock.
I mean, it looked a little dicey for them when they lost that Annihilation and Transcendence fight. I mean, that's not going to come out now, especially with 95% and counting. This is Final Fight territory. 2 people on the point, and they got to get back to the point to defend.
Oh, and Kitsune Rush was used towards the spawn, and Wake Leadership just have to completely abandon it to come back here and get the point, where there's a Coalescence and a Photon Barrier from A&T Stim Academy. Alternative is just flailing for their life, but here comes Vexaru on the point. Is just able to throw down a shield, but behind him, Swag Check catches him unaware from the flank angle, and now it's just a Transcendence here to hold on for A&T. Discord Orbit. Well, all the damage you can throw out on the Bastion, but it won't be enough. Wake Leadership will hang on and take a 1-0 lead here in our first of 3 series.
Well, this, the record coming in does not belie what happened to them in Group A. Group A may very well have been the group of death here in the group stages, because, I mean, you had 2 absolute behemoths there in Panther Creek and in, I believe it was
Green Hope.
Green Hope. Yeah. I mean, those 2 slugged it out absolutely nastily. Panther Creek taking the 2-1 win over them, and I tell you what, I mean, both of them coming out and carrying North Carolina, and this Greensboro team, really did show up big, and well, they take the 1-0 lead here in the series.
Billy, you missed a great opportunity for a joke. You should have just gradually started getting quieter as we saw the master volume getting turned down on screen just to mess with everybody at home. That would have been absolutely hilarious. I'm just saying. Maybe that's just my crazy brain, but that's all right. Back to Overwatch, yeah. Overwatch and stuff. Wake Leadership looking good, though. Wake Young, honestly, I think they are true contenders in this group. Like you were saying, Group A is highly competitive. And we saw Wake Young, I mean, really take it to Panther Creek there on the first day. Not enough to get the dub, but certainly gave him a great challenge.
Yep, and I mean, Wake actually comes out of the Raleigh area. I am so sorry about that. And our opponents there coming out of Greensboro. So, I mean, for these 2 teams, I mean, we saw a lot of back and forth. We saw some great combos come through, but I think that, I think Chaconi right now might be the X factor running this diva into a Ramattra that shouldn't work. But what you said, and you really pointed out a beautiful point there, is that they were absorbing all the resources that were trying to get into the back line and just said, yep, no, emoji, no, and got it done.
Well, you can't play a diva like you play Zarya or like you play Ram or Reinhardt, right? I mean, you have to play diva very differently, or even Winston, even though they're both highly mobile tanks. The diva isn't I'm just going to sit on the front line and absorb heals from my back line and hold the fort. Like, that's not how a diva plays. A diva is far more maneuverable, far more versatile than that. And if you're not quickly adapting to the battlefield and quickly appealing for your supports or moving to valuable positions, I mean, a lot of the times that is high ground, but it's not the only time. But if you're not jumping around and keeping your head on a swivel, you're not going to get the full value out of diva. Chaconi, spectacular job with it.
Well, we are going to go ahead and jump to another game. We're going to go to RG Cal C versus Providence B. It's going to be the first map coming in. They're both from Charlotte. Note here, they played each other in Valorant last season in the semifinals for conference play. So there might be a bit of a grudge match going on here, my friend.
You gotta love it when it spans across titles. I love the rivalries. I think rivalries are just so fun. There's just nothing like it, and that's what I'm hearing. If you got a little rivalry that it's not just here in Overwatch, but this is gonna just spans for the entire schools as we cut into both of our Metrolina schools for this next matchup. Kick things off on Antarctica. Audrey Kell on the left, starting at 1-3. Providence, your favorites, coming in 2-1.
I mean, I love it. And I mean, already a self-destruct ready to go here for Dragon here on the Diva. So, I mean, look at what they're going to do. They've got the artillery strike going out. They've got the point. And now, I mean, really, yeah, a free bomb coming out. He only picks up the pylon, though? Hello?
Yeah, these players are so good at just getting away from the self-destruct. It's very easy to duck around the corner. Despite the fact that there's no shielding on the other side, just the Doomfist. Fruit Loops, Deputy. I love the names on these teams too. These gamers have such good gamer titles. 85% here on our second sub map. Providence one fight away from closing this out.
I mean, Crazy Hondro. I mean, that is a fantastic.
That is a
gamer
fantastic
name.
name.
But Fruit Loops, I mean, there was one on our team yesterday.
Oh,
that's a 2K. Both supports gone.
Speaking of some Fruit Loops, things are getting a little loopy here, but nobody's able to get close to the point. So despite the 2 kills from the ultimate, the dub still going to Providence.
Yep, they do take Icebreaker, they take the map, and well, Debonair on the Doomfist. What is in the water? That all these Doomfist mains are just cracking heads and showing us how to play the game. As a Doomfist player, Zebra would be so proud right now watching these Doomfist mains. I mean, this is 3 now that I've seen. 3 very skilled ones that I've seen come through on stream for me, a couple on stream A, and now today here on stream B. Debonair having a fantastic time on the Nigerian tank, and you know what? They take the 1-0 lead here in their series.
That they do. Providence looking strong in their matchup. Again, we will. What we have 7 teams that will move through of the 63 that started off our tournament on Monday. So, I mean, we're slowly starting to narrow down into the best of the best here in North Carolina varsity Overwatch. And, well, Providence with that performance, you know, certainly look like they belong in that upper echelon.
They really do. They really do. And, I mean, this is what we need to see. I mean, you know, when we have a grudge match, we have a rivalry across titles, you've got to stamp your authority on it. I mean, 100-0 is about as dominant as you can be.
All right. Well, with that peak there into that group, we're going to go ahead and go back to our marquee matchup of the day. Let's circle back around to Sun Valley versus Kern Academy, headed back into Group KL. Well, another highly competitive group. One where Sun Valley is up after taking the map at Elios, coming in with a 3-1 record. Certainly had the better run through group stage. But Kern's Academy on Blizzard World have already managed to pick up 1 point with Doge down, though. It's not looking like they're going to win this fight.
Nope, and I mean, they're running into 3 ultimates as well. So, I mean, 40 seconds and counting here. And Rexodon getting it done again on Zombie Boy. Oh, no. This is going from bad to worse. You're still running with the Ana here with BQL, trying to get the work done. They do have the Nano in their back pocket.
Kern's Academy have made more wall swaps. CW back on the tank, but now Camster has moved into the support role. So Zombie Boy and Doge both playing DPS. Zombie Boy listed as their support. Played their support most from what I saw over a group stage. Transcendence out for Kern's Academy with 12 seconds to go. They have got to push this card at least around this corner if they want to add start the nano boost plus the bastion, and that is an overwhelming amount of damage. Dead from the back somehow gets 2? How does that work? That should not work. Here, Kern. Spoiler coming back from a 2v3. They're gonna do it. It finishes off Zombie Boy, and Sun Valley just absolutely dashing hopes and dreams with a flank Deadeye out of Daisy Gamer.
That is robbery of the first order. Somebody get me a writ. Holy cow, Daisy. I mean, and just the roll, the hindrance onto the Bastion, and then the
you know it's bad, friends. Oh, you know it's bad when he's asking for a writ.
Oh my God, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, what patience, what tenacity coming from the Sun Valley team. Kern's Academy thought they had the point well and truly taken. And Daisy says, nay, you shall not pass.
God, I mean, it was such send a pushing forward. I mean, on paper, that sounds pretty darn unstoppable. Especially, I mean, you're running into a Sigma and a Cassidy with a Bastion. Like, it feels like the Nano Reaper with a Bastion, especially when you're playing around corner. Not like Daisy had a lot of room to work with. The only play they had was that flank. They roll in to make the read. They get it done. I would not recommend doing that, but Daisy made it work.
Oh, my. Okay, so, I mean, what Kern's Academy is setting up here, they're looking for poke. They're looking for, you know, a little bit of engagement here from CW, a little bit of space taking, a little bit of more sturdiness in the tank department, especially with the Ana as your support. That's going to be a lot of free ult charge for the Ana. You're playing for Terra Surge, you're playing for Bob. And we'll see if they're able to turn back this Sun Valley team that's on a tear. They're not perfect, though. They did give up point A and almost point B. So, I mean, there's some work here for Sun Valley to take care of.
Strategically, I like what Kearns is showing us. That's a poke. Like, the essence of a poke comp, including a Zenyatta. That you see a Zenyatta, you're like, oh, they're playing a poke comp. But with the double sniper, the Ana, and even an Orisa, who is traditionally a poke tank, more of a brawly tank in this game. Unfortunately, VQ gets picked off of that high ground, was sitting up on Griffin, and Rexodon finds the range.
I mean, this has got to be perfect here coming in. I mean, they're just going to walk on top of Doge. Doge goes down to a Hypersphere. Yeah, and this Cassie, actually, holy cow, what a shot.
Yeah, I mean, with VQ out of the fight, you're relying on just Zen healing. And Sun Valley, I mean, just take a look at the top left of your screen. Look at all the damage they have. They're going to stick together. They run together. You're not going to survive all that without an Ana support.
I mean, this Sigma right now, Hatsu, you know, they had a fantastic Zarya there on Ilios. Now we were showing more of what the quote-unquote meta is at this moment. The Dragon's going to come out.
There was an opportunity there for Hatsu to eat it. Sessions back out. That's an accretion into a fortified Orisa. That's not going to get you much of anywhere. But Hatsu still manages to hold down the door long enough for to get the cap. Curtains are not able to get up here and contest. And are now just kind of stuck in this mega room. That accretion rock landed nicely, but it seems just kind of formality at this point. Hatsu knows they're not going to put in enough damage to kill this Orisa with the double pocket, but they're managing to keep him at bay and have built their own ultimate in the meantime. Now the Orisa's trying to pop out to Terra Surge or do something else. Sleep in the back! As Hatsu turned around, that accretion's going to land. The Odd is in a lot of trouble. Cannot believe the VQ got out there. Yeah, Big Lovin will eventually find that kill. But the flank kind of worked here from the C-Dub.
It did, and I mean, you have you've got the Mercy out here, giving a little bit of damage boost to Hatsu of all people. Those Hyperspheres are doing a butt ton of damage, and now they're full steam ahead. They're going to have the Gravitic Flux, maybe a Sigma 9 incoming.
That would be a treat, let me tell you, because the box of victory is right here. Like. Hatsu could definitely just pick up the defense, and they would be unable to contest for those final couple of meters to finish off this map. Definitely a possibility. Camps are out of the fight. Here comes a Nano Terra Surge out of the back. Rexodon just gets spared into oblivion. Bob there to back it up. Turns into a nice little 1-2 punch here from the defensive Currents.
Yep, I mean, you just die here, and you just hold on to your ultimates. I mean, you're going to have the Deadeye and the Artillery Strike in the next fight. McLovin, you know, almost there with the... with the next window. But Doge and Camster, especially Camster here with the Flux online, needs to get it up in a hurry.
Yep, there it is. Camster's got it. Transcendence is ready to go. So they'll have an answer for that Gravitic Flux. Now, will they have an answer for perhaps the Sky Noon that's going to go with it? McLovin's already picked up one. Rexodon finds the Ana in that small room. Zombie Boy and VQ were trying to loop around, but no doing. No, not having any of it. And Kern's Academy are starting to fall apart. Remember, friends, this cart is inching oh so close to that box of victory. Hatsu still has yet to pull the trigger on this Gravitic Flux. Not even gonna need it. Sun Valley able to close this map out with seemingly hardly even breaking a sweat as they move up to match point.
I mean, what fantastic team play. They move as a 5-person unit. And Hatsu, once again, getting the play of the game. Why not? I mean, absolutely fantastic play. This, oh my God, that's disgusting. That was on their defense, I believe.
Yeah, they had it on their defense, because we didn't see that. That was an enormous flux.
God. Okay. I mean, you know, we know they got the Zarya. We know they have the Sigma as well. I mean, basically, we need to see an Orisa or a Reinhardt, I think, to round out what's quote-unquote meta right now. Fantastic work out of Hatsu and the rest of the team.
No argument. Sun Valley moving up to match point. Again, first to 3 here. So as we moved into our single limb bracket, we have moved off the first to 2 format you may have been accustomed to from the past couple days. These are first to 3s. Also knows best of 5. I call them first to 3s in Overwatch because draw is a thing. It is possible, so therefore it's no longer a true best of 5. Anyway, that's just Overwatch vernacular for you friends out there. But what it does mean is Kern still has a chance. What it really comes down to in brass tacks is this one's not done, and Kearns can bring it back. Reverse sweeps are a thing. It's definitely possible. But we're gonna keep you waiting before you find out if that happens, because we're gonna cut back over to I think we're going back to the STEM College. Or are we going to STEM Early College? Yeah, we're going back to Wake Academy versus STEM. Sorry, I'm giving you information as it's given to me, friends. This is hot off the press.
Yeah, this is almost like Sports Center. I like going back and forth. It's like the NFL red zone where you kind of hop in from game to game to game to game, where the action is going on. And so we will go ahead and hop into that series. I believe we left it with Wake Academy up 1-0, having won Ilios.
Yep. I mean, with so many awesome gamers here in the North Carolina varsity scene, we want to make sure we highlight as many of them as humanly possible. Make sure these recruiters get a look at as many players as possible, and try to see if we get these kids some scholarships. That would just make my life complete right there if we get these kids some scholarships. Oh, cutting into Vacant, having a struggle bus of a time here early on point A. Little Gamer is going to fall as well. So 2 quick kills, including the Moira from Wake Academy. And they're going to move on, or thwart, excuse me, the attack from the other side. Look at the time bank that Wake put up, Billy. Holy cow, I just noticed that.
I literally, our eyes went to the same place at the same time, and my word, that is brutal. A&T STEM here, they really need to get a composition going. They need to be able to walk in on top of this. I think that them switching over and bringing this Sigma out is a great option. However, you need to be able to manage your cooldowns and your kit for the Sigma. And so, I mean, look at this. Alternative has showed us the brig back there on Ilios, doing it once again.
This is a brawl here around the statue. This is an absolute cage match going on. And A&T STEM managed to come out on top, largely based on Vex's Sigma. You still have Chakotay here trying to ice block as well. That's just going to buy an extra 650 health and a little bit more time, depending on how quickly A&T can focus down the Diva. The answer was pretty darn quick. Reinforcements show up, but it's just a little bit too late. If Chakotay had been able to hold on for a few more seconds, the supports might have been there. But alas, A&T are able to clean it up, and this seems it's just stalling at this point. It takes some real heroics. I mean, if you're Wake leadership, you got the flux out. That's actually not a bad trade here.
No, it's not. I mean, still players touching in. Cloud is actually in here. They've got the blade ready to go. Oh, and Chakotay's back as well.
Yeah, A&T not able to close this out as quickly as they would have liked. Coalesce. Started into a just good old-fashioned old fiesta. That blade gets shut down from Cloud. And eventually A&T do manage to cap this point.
I mean, that's an 2-ult fight coming in from Wake. That's a, what is it, a 2-ult, 3-ult, 4-ult fight coming in from A&T. So expensive for both teams. So basically we reset the economies. You'll have the Blizzard versus the Rally coming up into the next fight. Chakotay maybe looking for a little bit of frosty treat. Hopefully they had a good sipper.
Look, we haven't seen the Ice Queen comp in a while. Symmetra May here. Oh, if they don't eat this Blizzard, it's so hard. I mean, a little bit easier as a Diva than it is a Sigma, but eating a Blizzard still early in this fight. So A&T aren't going to invest anything into this one. It's just die quick. They still got plenty of time. Regroup, get a clean team fight for the next one.
I mean, they do get the rally out, so I mean that's a definite win for them. And I mean, Fade, Moira's very survivable, especially with that with the Fade being able to come to bear. So Chakotay coming up on another self-destruct here, looking for a frosty treat, and Alternative has decided to be the flanker that you didn't know you needed.
I'm about to say, Alternative, what are you doing? I'm not sure what I'm watching, but I like it. If it gets discorded, manages to get out of there. Nice little block and Alternative, just holding down the front line. I love this combo with the Diva because the Diva doesn't have the front line presence like I was talking about earlier, but you combine it with this Brig and it becomes a beautiful little defense. Now, that Blizzard did eventually come out from Vacant and it's enough to take Alternative down, but I don't think A&T have anything left in the bank. They just lose Vex, and without the front liner, it's so hard to turn this difficult corner.
It really is, and I mean, especially with the defense matrix on full. I mean, you can just eat all the spam damage coming in. Swag Check is starting to line it up, and a melee kill gets a Cloud out for their transgressions.
That was a mistake, Swag. You're gonna get the sim, but I'll be surprised if you get out of here alive. Okay, color me surprised. My goodness, just everybody just throwing everything they had to make sure Swag Check got out of there in one piece. And the high-risk move ends up paying off. Now Katsuna Rush and Ambassador is just putting out a world of damage. Transcendence in to protect against the Graphitic Flux. Coming from, to protect Vexaru through the Graphitic Flux, should I say. And it works out well. The ult combo resulting in a plethora of kills, including the Bastion here at the end.
That's just brutal. That's just a brutal amount of ultimates that come out there. And I tell you what, Talal is getting a lot of work done with this Symmetra, whether it be onto the mech of Chaconi, or you're getting that chip damage in on top of Alternative's little shield, and Cloud on the Genji. So I mean, really great placement here from Talal on this Symmetra. And I'm telling you what, oh no, Alternative saying it's over. Less than 60 seconds coming through. Wall goes up. They're trying to wall people off and really protect their backline.
Alternative trying to get the heads of their opponent. Swag check. Put a mortar shell into the head of their opponent, namely Dr. Savage. Oh no. Oh, this is looking savage. Swag check is going to take Vacant down the moment they come out of that ice block. But a coalescence from the back end, and AT still have a bit of hope. That card oh so close to adding a second point, and the $1:30 on the clock. Fade out, protect against the self-destruct. 24 seconds to go. The remake is there, but it doesn't look like there's enough reinforcements for Little Gamer. Oh, they only have about 25 health, and Talal goes down. This is getting down into a final fight, and both teams are looking a little disheveled.
Yeah, I mean, Blade comes out, takes down the Little Gamer, and gets the second one with a dash through onto Dr. Savage. So, I mean, this is turning from bad to worse. Vexy on the Baby Diva is going to get taken down. That's in overtime. That's going to clear up this map.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Wake Leadership will take Blizzard World. Do have a Junkrat coming in. Try to do your best. I mean, I respect it. You got to throw everything you have at it. Never quit, never give up. But at the end of the day, Wake Leadership still the ones moving up to match point. Again, first to 3. A&T are not done yet. But
yeah, but I mean, this is the underdog coming through big. I mean, 1 and 2. Woo! All right. I mean, game on. I mean, look at this. I mean, that 3-minute something time bank was going to be brutal to overcome anyways. And Swag Check just absolutely lighting it up here on the Bastion. We saw it during their defensive game. But now we see it there in the offense as well. Just absolutely perfect with letting the wheels down and just spraying for damage and just getting it done.
Oh, so much good action. So much good action here at VESL. It is hard to keep up with it all. But we're doing our best to get you every little morsel that we can. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, day 3 continues. Don't go anywhere. We are back here at VESL, North Carolina's official varsity esports and STEM league. It's Jeff and Billy bringing you, well, we're going to the conclusion of our Sun Valley C, taking on Kearns Academy to see who will move on to our competition tomorrow.
Oh boy, and I mean, Sun Valley are definitely up in this one, and you're in New Junk City, starting out on market like you always will here, and right out the gate, Hatsu stamping their seal of approval here on the point, taking the first flashpoint, and now we're going to move on. Daisy once again with the Cassidy. You know, Cassidy not in so much favor right now, Jeff, but really getting it done here with the 6-shooter or the Peacekeeper. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely happy to see this coming out here. I love the Cassidy gameplay.
I think the buff to Cassidy has kind of flown under the radar, where like during roll you have 75% damage reduction. Like you can survive a pulse bomb or a Junkrat tire or a self-destruct just from the cover. And I haven't really seen that play a huge part yet, but something to keep in mind here as we watch this next battle unfold.
Yeah, and I mean CW now over onto the tank or on the DPS role. And Hatsu still holding court here over VQL. And I mean, they're just absolutely glowing and going huge.
Hatsu's just melting everyone. It has a Graviton Surge to boot. Wall left a little bit of a gap there, so Hatsu is able to break through. Doge will not escape, and it's a full team wipe here. Sun Valley in control.
Yeah, I mean, this is starting to look a little scary here for Kearns Academy. I mean, you're coming up on, well, CW going over to the Farah, and VQL playing the Winston into a Bastion. That is a very scary proposition. I hope that they have the wherewithal to be able to get in there. That's going to have to be a very, very well-placed immortality barrier to keep the Winston out.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, it's just too much damage. Viku goes out so fast, there's no shot Zombie Boy gets an immortality field in there. Just never had a chance. Can't blame the Baptiste for that one. It's just so much damage from Sun Valley. Focus fire, absolutely ruthless here from this squad.
I mean, 92 charge. I mean, I would love to see what their average charge is right now. It's got to be somewhere in the low 60s, high 50s.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Just getting it done. God, it's
ridiculous.
So good.
You're like, you can't get anywhere near the Zarya, or Hatsu is just going to send you to spawn. Just handing out one-way tickets like they're Oprah. I mean, this is ridiculous. You get a ticket to spawn, and you get a ticket to spawn, and you get a grab. There you go, right back to spawn. Everybody to spawn.
Well, I mean, Daisy actually gets taken out by the Farah. I mean, that might be nope. The heals were there. McLovin turning it around. Second flashpoint taken, and we are now on map and match point for Sun Valley.
Yeah, and I mean, in wicked fast fashion. Typically, Flashpoint will last about 10 minutes at this rate. This one's going to last about 3. This has been 100-0. Sun Valley completely in control. Now, there we go. That is the crowbar Kearns needed to pry this thing open.
I mean, they got Barrage and the Blizzard, so, you know, don't use them both at once. Please do not double invest into this fight because you're going to need it because Hatsu is still high charge. Look at those proton beams coming out. Good God! Lands it on the Farah in the sky.
That's such a tough call, but I mean, just using 2 DPS ults is not that much. We'll see if they're able to survive long enough to even get them out. VQ cannot. This is just an incredible amount of damage. Rexodon is now frozen stiff after a couple of kills going in their favor. CDW come through with the final blow on the back of that. Opted to not pull the trigger on that barrage. So they will have that for next fight. Amongst some other weapons, but Sun Valley, they're going to be very tough to dislodge. I don't care how many ults you have.
I mean, you've got Tree of Life. I mean, that's disgusting enough in its own right. And I mean, we're gonna have dueling amp matrices here coming out from McLovin and from Zombie Boy, making the swap over to the support role themselves. Daisy, looking for that flank Deadeye. Once again, we saw what happened on Blizzard World. Do they find another one?
I thought we were doing the statue challenge there for a moment. Kearns Academy trying to work to this high ground, see if they can dislodge Hatsu and the rest of the team. Hatsu just fearlessly chases them down on the prowl, drops to the low ground, standing in front of an Ant Matrix, and just putting all the pressure in the world on Zombie Boy. There was VQL and Zombie Boy standing there in the Ant Matrix, and Hatsu just runs right up into their face.
I mean, that's cojones. That's belief in your team, and that's a 300-0 win here on New Junk City. Sun Valley going to get themselves into the next round of the bracket. A clean and quick 3-0 win, and the McLovin play of the game steals it from Hatsu. You gotta love to see this.
Oh, I'm always down for a good Baptiste play of the game. Makes me smile. Makes me smile. Oh my goodness, lethal,
Flick.
Absolutely lethal. Look at that shot. Look at that flick at the end. Nice 3K. Close things out there. Oh, brilliant match. I mean, well, brilliant performance by Sun Valley at the very least. Like that was tip top. It was perfect, Billy. I mean, that was nothing short of flawless. Barely had any casualties. Like there's players in the majority of those team fights.
Yeah, I mean, it was one good icicle from Doge that takes on McLovin, and that was the crowbar that got them their first capture percentage. Yeah. But I mean, Hatsu just comes in and just cleans everybody up, and that was the end of poor Kern's Academy. So, man, I mean,
the titanium spine on Hatsu, Billy, like just the courage, just fearlessness. Oh man, gotta love it. I can't wait to see Research Triangle taking on Sun Valley. That will be tomorrow to determine who goes to our regional finals later on in the year. But we'll have to wait till tomorrow to see the results of that one. But we still have more Overwatch ahead of us tonight. We're going to take another little intermission, but coming up is our third and final marquee matchup of the day. That one is going to be Olympic, taking on North Carolina Cyber Academy when VESL returns. All right, Allied friends, we got some bonus action. We decided we want to come back in. We want to see what happens with Wake Academy taking on STEM Early College A&T STEM. So we're gonna cut in there for map number 3. Let's see what they got.
Yep, we'll see how if they're able to close this out, or if A&T actually has a chance to break back in and make it more of a series and give us a map 4 finally for the first one of the day.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings. Wake Young is definitely a strong squad. But hey, look at that. A&T are up, at least on this point. They're not up in the map. Wake Young does have 1 control point to their name and a 99%. So A&T need to be perfect from here on in.
Talal, the good Symmetra player there that we saw in Blizzard World, really starting to try to turn fights around, is out of here on the Junkrat. They have the tire ready, so that's a great space taker. It's a great eliminator as well, but the blade and the artillery strike coming out takes down Dr. Savage on the Mercy.
Oh, and Cloud X, one of my other favorite Genjis, has got a Genji blade going. The Dragon Blade is out. It was battling with Talal on the Junkrat, and it was now in a bit of a duel in the backline. I believe that was against Vacant. Yes, it was. Vacant ends up winning that duel. But you know what? It's always good to have friends, and Wake Young have plenty.
I mean, that was a great little precise shot. They're coming from Swag. I mean, that was a pretty long distance shot for a Bastion, and they just nail it. And gets the revenge onto Vacant. So Cloud X now going over to the Soldier. You've got the self-destruct and the rally at your back. Kitsune Rush not far behind that. A&T STEM right now, they are reeling from all the damage that has been taken to them. They need to get the work done here in a hurry.
Grenade onto Vacant. Just kind of sends the back. Okay, looks like they finally used their own heal station. Looping back around to the... Gets eliminated off the front line. Talal trying to see if they can hold this corner alongside Vesseru, but there's Swag Check claiming that corner for their own, and Wake Young are going to claim this objective for their own.
That's a jump scare that you don't want to see as a Bastion jumping into assault form.
That's no
over you. Yeah, you don't want to see that because, I mean, it's just instant death. It's instant death. You have nowhere to go, and you just say, GG, go next. We're going to go ahead and get into our next fight. I mean, with how fast these fights are going, A&T STEM are not able to build up any kind of ult charge and it's really what's hindering them right now. They're running into 2 ultimates here from Wake leadership. There's a Kitsune rush out.
Oh, very early aggressive Kitsune rush. Tackmaster on the other side is actually the one in the middle of it to get the kill. Despite the extra attack speed, Chakotay comes through and picks up 2, though, with a little help from the Fox to back him up. Now a rally in play here from Wake Academy, and this is just going to be a one-sided affair. Rez on the little gamer manages to take Alternative down. Can A&T do anything with that?
I don't think so, because we're at 80%. I mean, that's the team wipe almost. And I mean, other than a swift step, which they don't have available to them, they, maybe locking the legs, getting back, and then 2 soldiers take each other out with the helixes. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if Vacant got the touch. I don't think Vacant got it close enough. No, I'm afraid not. And A&T will fall to Wake Young Leadership Academy in a 3-0 here. Wake Young move on to our bracket on Thursday, one step closer to those regional championships.
Upset alert. That was a 1-2 Wake leadership team going up against this A&T STEM team, early college, 2-1, and they get the bracket upset, and now they will be looking at the next round of the bracket, see if they can get themselves to land. Holy cow, that is a bracket shaker right there.
It's gotta love it. Always love a good upset. Got to love it. All right. So we crammed some bonus action in there for you. I hope you enjoyed. So we haven't a lot of it today. It was a treat for me. But now we will be taking our little intermission and with our final marquee matchup of the day just on the other side of this break. I appreciate your patience, friends. It is time for our final match of the night here at our VESL Regional Qualifiers Day 3. And our third and final match. It's going to be Olympic taking on NC Cyber Academy to see who moves on to play Noble tomorrow.
Whoever faces them, I'm very, very scared for them. You can see they're down below. NC Virtual Academy does get through, and they will be facing Providence A in round 2 of this region of this part of the bracket. I can really English today, but you know what? Olympic, NC Cyber Academy, getting the chance to take on Noble Academy. You had a chance to cast them, I believe, yesterday?
Noble, I did. Yes, they're very scary. Hinkle and the rest of the squad at Noble wait the winner of this game in round 2. And it'll be a tall ask, but you know what? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Olympic and NC Cyber Academy both coming in 1-2. I think this one is going to be very evenly matched, Billy. Both of these teams have a shot to move on.
I mean, I had a chance we kind of skipped into a match with Olympic yesterday. And I believe it was on Eichenwalde, Point B. I was in the streets phase. And that was one of those knockdown, drag him out fights that I didn't want to end. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. Paul was going crazy too. So, I mean, if Olympic can bring that kind of passion to this next match, yeah, I think this one's going to be a doozy.
This is definitely going to be a doozy. So I got a chance to see a little bit of NC Cyber Academy as well yesterday. And unfortunately, I don't believe they pulled out that one because that one was actually against Noble, if memory serves. And it was a rough game for NC Cyber. It's still a strong-looking squad. Sorzu was a real standout. Is actually playing support for NC Cyber Academy yesterday. NC Cyber on the right in the red. Scotty's getting taken down here. And Olympic in control. And just dropping a whole hog. Might as well just, you know what? That wall, yeah. Hey, I hate that wall. I would have whole hog that wall too.
I mean, sometimes you just got to get rid of the wall, and so I mean, see what I'm telling you though. I mean, Nullified was somebody that I looked at yesterday, and it was Ginger Ace. I mean, I love the name because I've been Ginger myself, and Ginger's rule. So I mean, if you're an Ace, you're absolutely awesome. They do have sound barrier into this with the Blizzard.
That Blizzard is monstrous. Ghosty's able to get 2 somehow. BGM Studios backs out of there. I say somehow. It's a Roadhog, and it was some good healing coming in on the back of it. Ghosty gets rezzed back up on this point, and things are about to get down and dirty. Kitsune Rush coming in from Olympic over the point. Scotty's moves in to see if they can block a lot of this damage. There's a healing pylon on the point here for NC Cyber Academy, and an artillery strike thrown in, but what a perfectly timed cell barrier. Ginger A's had that down to the millisecond. Otherwise, they would have been absolutely toast. As it stands, Olympic is at 90-something%. Now they're going to drop a tire here from Nullify to try to close this thing out. Decides to not go for the Mercy, tried to circle back around, but the May was...
I mean, they get it. Oh, I thought they were going to get that crazy res off, but it's actually Fury, Fungus there on the Kiriko that gets it done. Self-destruct out of the point, picks up Nullify, but they're still looking at it. They got an ice wall in front of them. They're trying to get on the point. Big Suzu comes out from Fungus, and I think that's going to do it here for this point. That is absolutely going to do it there for Olympic. They take the first sub-map, 1-0 over NC Cyber Academy. That Ginger Ace sound barrier was absolutely massive, coming through in spades on that artillery strike as we head to the well. And we're going to see BGM Studios once again playing this Roadhog. We saw that a lot from them yesterday. And with that speed option, the hooks are going to be absolutely scary coming in.
Yeah, my internet is very mad at me today. Very angry.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hellacious end to that last fight. And I think that, you know, with Ginger Ace speeding BGM Studios around, this is going to be a very dangerous point for them to get on. With the turret set up early, oh my gosh, the hook's coming through, but they're playing a Zarya into a Roadhog. This actually might be a very bad setup here for BGM Studios. There's a Pods coming in.
I think that may have been a fat finger.
Okay.
We'll say NC Cyber Academy have the Ana. It's like One of the hardest counters in the game would be an Ana onto a Roadhog. Just between the Bionade and the sleep, you can interrupt that, take a breather, and that is like the primary source of sustain here for a Roadhog. Now, whether Sorzu can find that shot remains to be seen. It has just been a close personal battle. Sorzu does find the shot onto Nullified. Never mind the Roadhog, take the Junkrat down, get the spam out of there. Zari's already at 100 charge.
I mean, with the wall right there, oh my god, that's gonna be it. That's gotta be it.
Oh my goodness, the Suzu was used. So BGM Studios get slept. Look at all the heals coming in. The healing of Fuda on point. There from Fungus Bungus. BGM Studios tried the sacrificial hook, but the hook broke. Oh, I saw it. You even landed the hook, but it snapped on the fall. Crystal gets a kill with the Glock. What is going on here? Scotty to the long range shot, finds Nullified, and NC Cyber able to find the flip.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that wall was everything. There was no reason why BGM Studios should have lived there. Anybody he's going to get walled up. He's going to get slowed. The healing avenue once again. They're going to have this Kitsune Rush ready to go. They can use it on the next engagement.
Just that little gap wasn't enough for the heals to come through and BGM Studios to get closer, ever closer to this whole hog. That doesn't stand a chance against the whole hog. We figured that out already. Unfortunately, Sorzu didn't stand a chance against Nullified's tire either. That hook lands. The Graviton Surge and the Crystal after the hook is going to go down. Photon Barrier protects against a lot of the damage, but from behind, Ghosty drops in the Blizzard to couple with that Graviton Surge. And it was a beautiful counter to the two ultimates thrown in from NC Cyber Academy. Now, the Olympic is still here on this point. They're still sticking around. Another good wall. Junkrat's gonna fall. Oh, but the boop is there too.
I think that was just a misstep. It was just
from
a
the mine.
Coming through.
I thought it was from one of the Junkrat mines. Yeah.
No, they actually get Scotty back into this fight. So I mean, the frontline pressure is going to be there again, building up to 60% now. The artillery strike ready to go here for NC Cyber Academy. I don't know how you get on the point here for Olympic. I mean, they've invested 4 ultimates into that fight.
I think you've got to work the off angle, which of course is a risky play. That bubble onto the Bastion is beautifully done. Solomon still gets mowed down though. Great focus from Olympic as everybody just went into that right side room. Found Solomon split off from the team. That wall is holding somebody else, the Lucio. Very difficult to lock down. The dance from Ginger Ace able to keep them alive, while Olympic have moved on to this point with all eyes on the Lucio. It kind of took the aggro off of BGM Studios.
I mean, you love it. I mean, actually, BGM actually had to kite away because they took a nano or an anti-nade to the face. And I think that actually diverted the attention from NC Cyber Academy trying to chase down the Lucio. Nullified has the tire ready to go, but it's a 4 ultimate fight coming in here for NC Cyber Academy.
Yeah, and sitting with them at 90%, they are free to just yeet everything into this point. Blizzard will start things off, and Nullified immediately finds themselves in the pit. Artillery strike coupled with that Blizzard, and BGM Studios finds themselves also joining their friend in spawn. Ghosty turns the corner to find Bo's support. Sorzu's going to melt down one. The Glock is out for Crystal. Crystal chasing down. Crystal will get the kill. NC Cyber Academy with a Glock kill from the Mercy. Propel us to our third sub map.
2 of them. 2 from the Glockster.
2 of them.
Oh, boy. All right. I mean, we're heading to Ruins now. And, I mean, for BGM Studios, you know what? The Hog worked on the first map. Didn't work so well there. I think that you need to be thinking about a different tank here. And, well, we're going to get it. We're going to get the Wrecking Ball coming in. No others. Well, I say that. Here comes the changes. This is actually going to be a little bit better for them. I like the Kano Symmetra. The turret placements have been good. We haven't seen enough of the repositioning to come through. And actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and change everything up other than Ginger Ace on the Lucio. I mean, speeding a Ramatra into a Zarya. Once that bubble goes down, the hands can be thrown.
NC Cyber going to take a split approach here, sending Ghost and Crystal into the sky. Scotty Solomon and Sorzu holding down the fort down low. Farah, well, bit of a ground fire there for a moment. Gets the jump shots back and decides to just go flying into the backline. Early Suzu has to come out from Fungus Bungus just to keep themselves alive. And I think everybody from Olympic just kind of scattered. Half went inside, the other half kind of back up around corner while NC Cyber Academy move on to the point. claiming a lot of space here. Bastion up on the bridge. You see the jump? Kano just jumped over the Bastion to avoid detection, but a good bubble means that Solomon doesn't die, at least not initially. Ginger Ace is able to get it up close to find the kill, but can't deny the res. The manual hack was the touch late there onto Crystal. Ghosty still causing problems from above, as there's just no umbrella here for Olympic, but they're still able to get some work done on the front line. They just ignore the Pharah and kill everybody else. Kano here with a just dominant performance here in this fight. What a long first fight. Holy cow.
I mean, that's a good 90 seconds. I mean, look at Ginger Ace getting the work done on the Lucio. Almost has Sound Barrier and Kano. 75% towards EMP. That's going to make Ghosty's life an absolute living hell coming into this next fight. Sorzu was getting a lot of work done. Lots of anti-nades coming in. The sleeps, I haven't seen enough, but we'll see what they get done here.
Well, it's a barrage available for Ghost to start. Perhaps hunting. Oh, was able to find Fungus Bungus. Swift step not in time. BGM punches them out of the sky, or at least shoots them down. Actually, can't get headshots with the Nemesis punches. Decided to turn those fists, throw some hands with the Zarya, who is very low, but also very charged. So you gotta respect all that damage coming out, especially with the Mercy Pocket. Ghosty is there hovering around. Manual hack on to Ghost, but they get back into the sky. I think that's actually Ghost 2. I apologize, I've been calling you Ghost T. Flip comes through for NC Cyber Academy. They're scattered toward Olympic this time.
It really does. And I love the manual hacks going on to Ghost, but I think that the better play would be going on to Crystal, denying the Guardian Angel jumping away, denying the Valkyrie that's now available to them, and then we'll see if they can get it done. But, oh my gosh, Sorzu showing up big again, getting nullified down on this Junkrat.
Yeah, I think it was a rocket that did the initial damage there from Ghost. Lands another direct onto Fungus Bungus. EMP and somebody ready. And it's the EMP to start things off, but immediately Ghost hits the direct. What a flick. Homing rockets here from Ghost on the Pharah. Back into the sky goes Crystal with the Valk once again, pulling out the Glockster and trying to chase down the supports. Gotta love it. Double threat from the skies here from NC Cyber Academy.
Grab Barrage to really win a good fight out here is available to them, as well as, I mean, Nano Barrage could also be there as well. Manual hack comes through. Can they finish it up? No, they cannot.
Ghost falls out of the sky like a rock, but fell into the welcoming arms of their teammates. Nullified gets blown to bits off on the flank angle side. Kitsune rush right down the middle here from Olympic, and that gets BGM Studios up to their annihilation, but the Mirage is point blank. Nobody saw that one coming. Behind them to pick up 4. Holy cow.
I mean, Scotty sets him up with the grab, and you take that all day long. So they did go with my wombo combo there, the grab barrage. And I mean, we're approaching final fight territory here. The Nano and the artillery strike ready to go here for NC Cyber. The Sound Bear is going to have to be huge. Swap over from BGM over to the Reinhardt. I may be a little bit too late.
I mean, a Reinhardt shield just gets annihilated by a Bastion. That giant resource is gone. It's the primary source of survivability. But you know what? With a sound barrier there, BGM Studios can pin on in, get aggressive. Nice little dance moves out of Solomon. Meanwhile, back at the point, Scotty's is nano boosted, but Ghost is gone. So Olympic have managed to catch NC Cyber Academy in all the different angles they were trying to attack them from.
Well, the big change here is that Kano goes over to the Cassidy, and that immediately puts Scott puts Ghost on to high alert. Now the swaps come through.
Yeah,
Scotty
just puts him right off the Pharah. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, Crystal doesn't want to give away the Valkyrie. I don't blame you on that. But you know what? The speed option is going to be a little bit better here for Olympic, and you got to be careful not to get walled off.
Olympic actually have done a really good job in their comp swap. Like, they kind of slowly swapped everybody over, and now is looking pretty darn optimal for up close and personal. Exactly like this combat we're about to see. Oh, the side there. You could have canceled your pen, BGM, but all right, I respect it. Just old school. Throw yourself into the pit alongside with your opponent. Goes to the outside, has a bionade and a little extra sustain, move down into the objective itself, but that's 4 guns pointed in your direction, and not even your fantastic on a Sorzu can help you survive that. We're approaching final fight here, Billy. 95.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Ant Matrix, you got Deadeye ready to go, and I mean, Ginger Ace is gonna have another sound barrier here very shortly. Huge Deadeye coming out.
Oh! Kano gets 2 with a Deadeye. No way. Rez gets denied as King will finds that as well. And Olympic managed to bring this one all the way back. This was close, though, friends. This one is going to be a banger. 99 to 100 on the third submat. We went the distance on Elios.
I think that's the first time we've done that today,
think
going
so.
all three. So, I mean, we kind of started out a little bit unconventional in our first series of the day, starting out on a hybrid and going to another hybrid. This was the combo of the day. I called it. I got it. I'm here for it. I loved it.
You did. I loved it. I just like how close Ghost got. Ghost was like, I'm going to make sure I will not miss this barrage. It's like, I'm going to stick my barrage right here. Like, it's...
Hello.
Yeah.
Barrage.
Yes.
Yes, it was great. It
Point
was
of view
absolutely
from the enemy team's tank is right there.
great. It was a, huh?
Oh.
Oh, crap.
Beautiful combo, beautiful teamwork coming out from Olympic. I mean, and that's exactly what you need at this stage. We're getting into the best of the best, friends, and you've got to have top-notch teamwork if you want to move on to that regional championship.
Yep, we are going to be switching games here, though, my friend. We're going to go over to Garinger versus Harding. It's going to be on the first map. They're both out of Charlotte. And, man, I mean, this is looking like another one of these banger series. We're starting out here on Busan. Let's see. It's going to be...
It's downtown. We are on Busan.
Yeah, it's bad. No. I was just trying to figure out who is who. The blue team, when we find out, will be up 1-0 and actually have first control.
Hold on, keep talking. I'll figure out who's who.
Okay, I mean, looking at this, the cheese here on this doofus is absolutely raining fort here. And you know what? It's Garinger. It's Garinger High School A on the left, Harding on the right. I had them from yesterday from my first day stream. They were a team that was supposed to play but didn't actually get on the stream.
I have not seen either of these teams yet. Both of these teams are new to me. I did see a little bit of Garinger on the A stream during one of our breaks, but it was for like 2 minutes. I caught them over with Paul the Podcasting on the main stream, but it wasn't enough for me to clock their roster. Cheese, apparently one of those doofus players that you've been bragging about here, and is very much on top, 45% and counting. Meteor Strike already up well ahead of the ult charge of Dead Tide, just to give you an indication of how much work they have been getting done on this Doomfist. And the Whist Rockets, the punch interrupts the take a breather, the pull, and the tree. Sveff, that Life Weaver just absolutely bailed out the Roadhog. Dead Tide, you are counting your lucky stars and thanking your supports.
How did Cheese get out of that fight? I know that they had this Isley Slam available on the uppercut, but good lord, that's some serious tuck coming through there, and my dogs are having a wonderful time going in with this game. They think this is absolutely fantastic. And I mean, I'm surprised that they don't put the nano on top of this, but I mean, they're getting the work done regardless. Holy cow.
Yeah, it looks like the nano went on to Cheese, actually, which is fine. It means Cheese ends up taking, either Cheese takes a lot of aggro and is very survivable, or back to lobby takes the aggro and Cheese has free reign. So it was a good, difficult choice that Garinger handed Harding during that fight.
Absolutely. And I mean, one lonely deal. I mean, she is a junior, and she is putting up some serious numbers here on this onto the sleep onto Dead Tide. Absolutely massive. Hopefully they get another sleep here coming into this whole hog.
That would be ideal. Now, remember, you can't wake them up anymore, or the Roadhog can continue to unleash the ultimate. Back to lobby, fighting first blood, though. Sans was trying to get cheeky, but gets absolutely caught out. Great hook onto the auto, but a triple kill from a Deadeye? Excuse me? How did you pull that one off, Kilo?
I did not even see where they came from, but I mean, that's a flip there. That's a flip they needed at 30%. They've got to be perfect from here on out, but they got some tools here. They still got the Deadeye. And I think that if you couple it in with an EMP, you could at least stop the aggression coming in, and then you can like blow people off the point. And it really depends on how Cheese decides to engage here. Gets hacked out for their troubles.
Oh, yeah, it's back to lobby is played over there on coast. Big anti-nade onto the Roadhog. The pull comes through. The whole hog is there. I believe that the pull was enough to cleanse the anti off. And back to lobby, still struggling. The overclock is popped here from Game Nights or Gaming.
Gaming-itis.
Yeah, well, Gaming-itis. Thank you. From the high ground, not able to get a whole lot with it. I get hung up on some of these names. They're great names, though. Don't get me wrong. Disruptor shot thrown in, and Garinger are still sticking around in this fight. Oh, the hook off the high ground. She's got hacked. Somehow she gets out. Attack visor in for back to lobby from that same flank angle they've been hanging out on. Manages to get one. Forces out cooldowns from another support. Now back onto the break to see if they can take them down, and they will find that kill. Back to lobby. Finally manages to break through, patiently waiting on that off angle for just the right time, and they found it. Garinger finds themselves with a 1-0 lead.
And Garinger is 1-2 coming in here. Harding at 3-1, and they just took it to Harding. Getting it done there. Takes the 1-0 lead. Kilo Swerve, though, absolutely filth with this Jedi. This is the three-piece. This is where they were up on the high ground. Yeah, and I mean, they had hooked in the Ana, and I mean, it was just Dunsky from there.
And Harding were down in that fight. They had lost their Sombra at the very beginning of that fight, so that was a heck of a maneuver to pull that one back. Kilo Swerve really saving the day and keeping that one very, very close. That map went absolutely down to the final fight, down to the wire. But Garinger coming out on top of it. It's that sliver of hope. It's that confidence that Harding needs. We were talking earlier at the top of the broadcast. All it takes is one good play to bolster the confidence of your team and to get everybody livened up. And that's exactly what Kilo Swerve just handed them there, even though they weren't able to come away with the win on that map.
I think that you carry that over, though. That
I
you
think
know
so.
that you can get into position and catch them unawares, catch them with their pants down, if you will, because that's exactly what happened there. There was so much focus onto Riptide on that Roadhog, that they were all focused that direction, trying to burn them down. And you know what? Kilo Swerve says, thank you very much, howdy, and gets it done.
Well, I'm excited to see how that one plays out, but we're going to have to wait, because we're going to cut back into our main event here at the end of our evening. It's Olympic and NC Cider Academy. Heading into map number 2, Olympic able to close out what was the closest map we have seen all day long on Ilios, just narrowly taking a 1-0 lead here over NC Cider Academy in our first to 3.
I mean, we're here looking at Olympic, getting it done again. They're on the attack, getting a lot of work done. Blizzard into the Terra Surge, and it does take Ginger Ace out.
That's a pretty mean combo. Pull everybody in. There's no way they're getting out of that Blizzard. I don't think they had enough reinforcements for that combo to be as effective as they were hoping. So Olympic are able to storm back in here and start getting some capture percentage going. 2 ticks picked up already.
And I mean, they've got a full 5-pack of ultimates coming in here. So I mean, if you're looking for a recontest, I don't think that you take it, especially with BGM up here. You know, just saying, you know what, you're not going anywhere. I'm not letting you near me. We're getting a Diva versus Diva fight here on Blizzard World during the daytime. I find this map a little disconcerting. I'm used to it being at night. The daytime kind of makes me feel a little weird. But I mean, what a direct grenade coming in from Scotty. That's going to be a 5v4 fight going in.
And Olympic, without having to pull the trigger on any of those ultimates so far. With that said, self-destruct thrown into the back. It just scatters NC Cyber Academy as they all just run for cover and kind of bail on this corner. And you can see BGM, it just freely walks up to the corner, able to find another kill, and now has a just B-trip up to the high ground, a beeline up to the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pursuit here. I mean, you're going to get so much free card space push here going through. Just the one ultimate scatters everybody to the hills, and now you're looking for a high ground contest. You're coming from the NC Cyber Academy. They need to let this Scotty Z Kitsune rush out, by the way, going over to the support role. BGM Pseudo still standing tall.
Yeah, looking outstanding on the Diva. I love the patience kind of drop down and wait out some of the assault configuration and then popping back up. Some really good balance. Whoa, that's a couple of ultimates. Both support ults thrown in here. Amplification matrix from the defense of NC Cyber. So both teams kind of stalled out here, but Olympic, they're happy to sit on the cart and escort it in. A mere 19 centimeters from capping when Solomon finds that kill on Decado. Kitsune rushes the defense, but nullified. Has to get 2 with the tire. This is a heck of a final fight here for point B. And Olympic is still not on the cart. Eventually, the boop is there. The cap is not. 19 centimeters still on the map. And somehow, NC Cyber deny the cap.
I mean, it is 2:26 on the clock. A 3-piece tire, a boop, and they still don't get the cap there. But now we're coming in with more ultimates. We're looking at a self-destructing Crystal. There's staying power there. There's a Blizzard coming out. Crystal taking Ginger Ace out.
Blizzard's going to pick up one as well. And that fight was over before it even began. That fight lasted all of 15 seconds at most. Still a little bit of cleanup here on the back.
I mean, that's a great fight win there for NC Cyber Academy. I mean, you do put out the you wrangle everybody in with the artillery strike, and then everybody just gets corralled by that blizzard. And I mean, fantastic pursuit there from Crystal to make sure that they confirm all the kills on the back of it. So really good work out of NC Cyber Academy. Their backs are against the wall. They don't want to face match point.
And they're finally able to kind of let the cart roll back a little bit. So it's not less than a meter away, and everybody's so scared of the back cap that they can't move. As we see, NC Cyber Academy are starting to push a little bit. You don't want to get too aggressive, Solomon. Gets caught. Ow, you overextended. And now NC Cyber Academy are missing a large chunk of their damage. As such, it's a self-destruct thrown in from BGM to try to close this thing out. Crystal, I believe, just used one of their own, and everybody's scattered. Ant Matrix here from the defense. And BGM Studios, ooh, they didn't get the Sound Barrier. Sound Barrier came out from Ginger Ace, the tank. Not one of the recipients of that extra shielding. Nevertheless, BGM is still able to hang out on this front line, but you can't DM that primary fire from Ghost. That primary fire has been buffed to the heavens, and that May is oh so dangerous. A good wall, and this Junkrat's in trouble. The DM to eat the Mayhem mines as well.
I mean, fantastic work out of Ghost here. This DPS player has been really shining, either on the Pharah or now on this May. They've got another Blizzard. I mean, it seems like every other fight, they've got a Blizzard ready to go.
Ghost has been doing insane work on this May. I mean, they buffed the damage of that primary fire, but the ultimate charge rate's still the same. So Blizzards are coming online wicked fast if you're able to put in this amount of work. 20 seconds to go.
Well, I mean, it's higher, ready to go. They know that the Immortality Barrier is not there, so it's going to be huge. There is the self-destruct. Takes him out with the Buddy Blaster and gets Ginger Ace to boot.
Oh, it had 18 health. Kato got the baby diva down to 18 health before they finally went down. Nullified's going to fall as well. Olympic not even able to proc the overtime. And I remind you, NC Cyber Academy stopped this cart with 0.19 meters before it was going to be capped. Wow, that was close.
All right. I mean, this is kind of scary for Olympic. I mean, they thought they had a full head of steam. You saw the initial self-destruct come out, and that's what really garnered all this space for Olympic. But after that, Ghosty went into beast mode and had a fantastic second point with the May, the walls, the primary fire. The blizzards were perfectly timed. So good from this player. And now Olympic are a little bit reeling from this round. I think that may have shaken their confidence just a little bit, Jeff.
Or perhaps just bolstered NC Cyber. They're the ones who are lively. They're the ones who are coming in on top right now after that fantastic hold. You know, that big play out of Ghost had to just bolster this squad's morale. I wouldn't take anything away from Olympic, but man, am I proud of NC Cyber from that defense.
You know how I love an underdog. You know how I love an underdog. I've been like this. I mean, who doesn't? But you know how I really am with the underdogs.
It's true.
I'm an underdog, Charlie. I admit it. And you know what? I mean, looking at what Ghosty just did, that's worthy of massive praise. And well, let's see if they can do it again. They're going to come out with the symmetry here, though. So lots of frontline pressure, lots of mobility to get behind Olympic.
NC Cyber Academy fans, it's time to start cheering them on, because this is now or never. This is kind of the point where it could start going in their favor if they can take this map, tie up this series. Otherwise, they're staring down the barrel of match point. Early teleport up to the high ground. Precious territory gained here by NC Cyber Academy, perfect. And a beautiful first kill to boot. You take that trade. You trade your sim for the Mercy any day of the week.
Yep, and I mean, look at the burn down coming in. I mean, they've got their own builder comp here, but I mean, that's going to be the symmetric going, bye-bye? No, maybe. Hello? Good God, that's a lot of turrets.
Yeah, no, I mean, BGM is down, Kano is down. NC Cyber Academy are going to one and done this point, at least move on to the point and start getting percentage. Maybe still be a chance for a recontest, though.
Yep, I mean, I think this is just compositional difference here coming from Olympic. They just get completely overrun. And now, I mean, it's all about positioning, coming back out on the Orisa. So, I mean, great from BGM once again. And Ghosty is back on the May. This is going to be absolutely dirty.
Yep. Goes on the Symmetra there to start this off. It was just to get that teleport up to the high ground, perhaps just a point A strategy. And yeah, Ghost immediately swapped back. I combined the word flipped and swapped. That was a swift.
Swift.
You can be swipping characters here.
Oh!
It's getting a self-destruct. I got stopped. It just got stopped in its tracks.
Javelin. It was a javelin.
Was it a javelin spin onto the? Nice. Good catch.
No, it was a spear. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an energy javelin. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's the only thing it could have been, honestly. Swinging back through the inside. Crystal had a good line onto Nullified, who was very, very low. Just gets the ultimate in the last possible second. But yeah, this is a big Look at all that damage. That sound is terrifying. When you Ant Matrix with the bash going through it, that is a nightmare of fuel. Transcendence out to protect against the May Blizzard coming in. Terror Surge forces out the Immortality Field, but does not find any final blows. And this drawn-out fight for this first corner of Point B continues as Nullified gets caught out trying to get aggressive.
I mean, Fungus trades it back the other way. So, I mean, spawn advantage right now. Obviously, an advantage of NC Cyber Academy. But I mean, look at the photon barrier. That's a very aggressive photon barrier. They're just going to kite away from that.
Yeah, positional advantage is in favor of Olympic, I'm afraid, though. They even have all that high ground behind them, kind of work with and dance around. NC Cyber Academy does wait out the photon barrier, not able to push in with that. Now here comes a Kitsune Rush. Self-destruct blocked by their own Maywall this time, as Crystal has had 2 self-destructs fall flat right in front of their face. But with a Kitsune Rush, there's still some weapons here for NC Cyber to work with, though they are going into a more coalescence. And that's enough to demet Crystal, and they get the kill onto the Pilot Diva as well. But Ghost is still here on the May, and you have not won the fight unless you have killed Ghost.
Ghost is so dang good. I mean, using the interior to get around the backside of Olympic, and now Golden Box of Victory is in sight. 3:15 to get there, and they're running into an Amp Matrix.
Olympic had a similar time bank. And I mean, you basically need to cap Point B. I mean, it's 0.19. Fortify already used here, a very important cooldown from the Orisa Javelin Spin as well. This could be your go side if you're Crystal and Ghost. Yeah, there's the Blizzard in, and Matrix with it. The Transcendence is late, and BGM Studios is already down. Once the Transcendence comes up, there'll be a Molten Core on the point. Solomon didn't see the 2 DPS, who circled all the way behind. The Zenyatta is with him on this crazy flank, but the Zenyatta now at 1 health, eventually focused down from Crystal. Baptiste is there from Sorzu. She's able to keep Crystal alive and standing through the end of this fight. Reinhardt has returned, or I say BGM has returned now on a Reinhardt, no longer on an Orisa. And the desperation hold from Olympic seems to be functioning for now.
I mean, Crystal is on the Zarya BT dubs. If you didn't already notice that, 75% towards their Graviton Surge. We're looking for anything coming out from them. And Sorzu being the bloodthirsty support that we just absolutely need to have.
Nice shot, almost hit the head of that Mercy. Photon barrier down. Ghost, though, Ghost, you're just jumping right into the thick of things. And that's kind of opening things up. NC Cyber move in on the back of that. Oh, but a pin will take Ghost out of this fight. Now attention turn onto the Bastion. No, Solomon's going to win that one. Did not catch the Bastion off guard. So we focus on to Crystal. Crystal the lone takes stand in here and the full opportunity to win this map with this Graviton Surge. It finds 2. Both DPS are melted into oblivion. We are all tied up.
Oh, we are getting, we are not going 3 Overwatch here. We are getting at least 4 maps here from Olympic and NC Cyber Academy. What pipe back, what tenacity from the NC Cyber Academy team. And Solomon, yeah, you get the play of the game, but I tell you what, oh gosh, it's gotta be our dear friend on the May, just getting so much work done. Oh my God, this tandem is so good.
Yeah, Ghost was insane. I mean, particularly good on the May. I mean, Ghost looked good on some other heroes as well, but their May is absolutely, I think, the most terrifying hero we've seen from their pool yet. And it took over. We are tied, Billy. We are at halftime at a dead even 1-1 between our 1-2 teams. This match couldn't get any closer. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's map 3. We're headed to Flashpoint when we return. We'll see you in a minute. for what's going on with Olympic versus NC Cyber Academy as they currently sit 1-1. But we want to go see what's going on with this Garinger Harding match as they head into hybrid.
Yep, and we'll see where we are going. We think it's going to be Eichenwalde. We're not exactly sure. It's going to be Kings Row. Yeah, it's Kings Row. It looks like a nice little spear or a nice little accretion comes out there and buries Sefwi. And then so Garinger did give up the first point, and it looks like they are on a second point hold here. Cheese is in deep, and look at that. I mean, they've got 3 points on the board. Cheese is absolutely fearless.
I mean, yeah, Doomfist player. Just doing average Doomfist things. We saw Cheese play this on Busan, sticking with the Doomfist heading into Kings Row. And it seems to be working out for him. I mean, just highly aggressive. And as you mentioned, Garinger have already had their attack phase, and they've already capped all 3 points.
They have. And I mean, we're going to see if we can get this. Who is that? Is that a Widowmaker there on the ground? It's a ground Widowmaker.
It's a point-blank ground Widowmaker.
All right, back to lobby. All right, we see you.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. I'm gonna run up and punch you in the face with my sniper rifle. That is a strat. Cheese is discorded, going to deep set at about half health. Oh, eats a rock. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, you're gonna feel that one in the morning. Cheese, take 2 aspirin and do not call me.
I mean, they're gonna have sights up, so I mean they'll be able to see the approach from where Harding is trying to set this up. They've got the gravitic flux in hand. I mean, you have possibility of a sleep onto the gravitic flux. You don't have the transcendence or the sound barrier. So, you know what? I mean,
the only way to stop it. Yeah, the sleep is
the only way to stop it.
Yeah. Doomfist in a lot of trouble here. Oh, the Bionade just in the nick of time. It's still Kilo Swerve was able to finish them off. Take them down. Kilo Swerve had a heroic play there in the first map. Almost brought it back. On the Cassie. Now with Attack Visor approaching the end of point B, and Harding could really use one here. This is an important fight, and back to lobby. Give them the kill they need, so Garinger can't even come or try to come contest, but they can't get there in time.
I mean, they're in a bad spot right now, and back to lobby. Starting to find the range with the sniper rifle. I mean, this might actually force out this might actually force out the Gravitic Flux.
Ooh, a couple of kills coming in. Sleep the ante. What Lonely did just hit every cooldown they had on the Sands. Like that's exactly what you want to do if you're an Ana player. That's what you like to see.
I mean, they invested in Nano to keep Cheese up and really got the work done with it. Akko, is the only senior on this Garinger team. He is playing in his last season here for Garinger and wanted to go out with a bang.
Man, has had a couple of banger shots.
Oh my God!
That's a big bang to pick up 3. That was a bang from an artillery strike, a bang from a meteor strike, and well, that's just bang, bang, bang. Vamonos, vamonos.
I'm calling that Chicken Little because the sky is literally falling on top of you.
I like that.
Works.
Yeah.
It works.
The artillery strike with the meteor strike is the Chicken Little. There you go. You heard it here first, right? Back to lobby is going to go ahead and vacate their high ground position while Cheese continues to try to hold the line against a south. Blizzard and Attack Visor thrown in, and the disengage is brilliant. Back to lobby is frozen on the right-hand side. I'm not sure anybody knows they're there. Back to lobby is hiding in plain sight, right in front of the enemy team. Garinger now responding to the Blizzard with their Bastion, with Cheese just diving in deep. They eat a rock. They've got a Discord orb, and it doesn't seem to matter. Oh, that was a lot of extra health going on over to that Sigma. And with the Transcendence, Sans is not going anywhere anytime soon. Kutsuni Rush, thrown in from Garinger, and Cheese on the back of that is eventually able to win this fight. 40 seconds to go.
I tell you what, Akko showing some senior leadership there and getting the job done. 30 seconds and there's the dance, and I'm just envisioning the and they say.
Oh no,
it's gotta be going on.
Well, Cheese is certainly not dead. Continues to punch in. This is sitting there with like 50 health and goes to punch in anyway, knowing that Akko would come in here to keep them alive. In fact, it's a nano boost from one Lonely Did that keeps them standing, and Cheese has gone deeper than ever into your backline. It's behind your entire team and is now sending them all back to spawn one by one, methodically removing Harding from this fight. Garinger will move up to 2-0. We do get a touch here from Dead Tide, but that's not going to last long. Garinger now incredible underdog comeback against a 3-1 squad.
I mean, this team, they're the underdogs to meet all underdogs and cheese. Good Lord. I thought that Doomfister was the most aggressive Doomfist that I've seen. Nuh-uh. The cheese has got them completely lined out. I mean, look at this combo. This is the Chicken Little, by the way. It is the artillery strike followed by the meteor strike, and
Sky
they
is
get
falling.
4 on the back of it. 4.
I love it. I love it. The sky is falling. What a brilliant call. What a brilliant match. There, I mean, once again, underdogs. And that's Garinger, big time in this group. And hoping they can stamp their way into the finals match tomorrow to determine who is going to move on to the regional qualifier. I mean, what a comeback story that would be if Garinger were able to move all the way to the regional lands. But,
Oh, gosh.
again, excited to see how that one comes out. But you know what? We have kept you in suspense long enough from our main event. As I think we're going to get back into Olympic versus NC Cyber Academy here, Billy. I'm curious what our third map is going to be. We're headed into Flashpoint.
Yep, I mean, we got 2 choices. Suravasa,
Yeah.
or we got New Junk City. So, I mean, if it looks like the jungle, then that's going to be Suravasa. If it looks like a wasted apocalypse, then that's Australia. That's New Junk City.
If it's colorful and pretty, Suravasa. If steampunk, it's New Junk City. I gotta say, I mean, I do like the steampunk aesthetic of New Junk City. I think it's pretty darn cool. Even though it's not as aesthetically colorful as Suravasa, I do still like the design.
I mean, it's a very well mapped out map. I mean, the geometry, there's so many options on both maps. I just think that for my aesthetics, I actually think, you and I talked about this a lot, how Hanamura was a beautiful map. I think Suravasa actually exceeds Hanamura now.
Oh, you think so? You think
my
so?
personal taste? Oh, yeah.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with your personal taste. I mean, Hanamura was definitely one of the prettiest maps the Overwatch team ever put out. But okay, I don't think that's a bad take. I like it. I'll say Samoa is actually a really pretty map too.
Yeah, I've only played it once. I've only gotten queued into it once. I feel like I'm gypped.
I feel like I never get it. Like, I feel like I hardly get control anymore these days and barely touch Samoa. Not in the map pool here, though. We digress, friends. You don't have to worry about Samoa. Not in the map pool for this tournament. But you know what it is? Well, New York City or Suravasa. I had a 50% chance, Billy, and I got it wrong.
I'm so happy.
Oh
my God, that's a threat.
Ghost,
4K.
Okay. Kato with a monstrous Deadeye. And, well, we're here 1-1, both in the scoreline overall, as well as in the scoreline within Suravasa itself. 12-12 on the board. Can we get any more even?
I mean, these teams are absolutely even. I mean, we're going, oh my God, self-destruct, ready to go. Kitsune Rush with the artillery strike and the wheels, ready to go. Olympic have nothing in the tank. They just completely empty their ult bank. Oh my God, they're in so much trouble.
Yeah, I was just noticing that too. Olympic spent 4 ults to get this point
back.
There it is. And there's not even a shield to protect against the self-destruct coming in from Crystal. That's 2 down already. Crystal finds a 4-piece of their own. Beautifully done. Oh my goodness.
Ace.
There's the ace. I love this league.
I love these teams.
I love these
I'm
players,
going to be
man.
absolutely. I'm going to be heartbroken. Whoever doesn't make it along, just know that Jeff and I absolutely adore you. You're putting your hearts out here, and this is what it's all about.
I always hate sending teams home, but you know what? That's how you determine who the best of the best is. It's all about taking down Nullified early in this fight, proving their dominance in the DPS matchup. Good wall. Well, the wall at least bought a little bit of time. It didn't quite cordon off or separate BGM Studios from the rest of the pack, but with this assault configuration from the Bastion, may not even need it. Turn to the corner. That is just a lot of damage from a high ground perspective into an unsuspecting Olympic. And that is a clean team wipe. No surprise, Ghost coming up with a bunch of kills in this one.
Oh, God. I mean, the wall was so good. I mean, the D.Va is just doing the job that we expected to do. And, I mean, just Solomon. I mean, Solomon just getting so much work done on this Bastion, just eroding and erasing shields left and right. They're going to be a race. And it looks like we're heading towards ruins.
Wall just to protect the escape through. Uh-oh. Kiri able to step out. Fortunately, BGM Studios is not super high charge, so that's not as lethal as it otherwise could be. I don't know if NC Cyber Academy realizes that they have a Zarya just following them. Self-destruct up. That's an easy 40 charge here for BGM. Looking for a spot to use this grab. Crystal gets an Suzu. This has been one of the wildest rotations. What in the Overwatch is going on right now?
Well, we're heading towards Palace, and what in the Overwatch exactly? They need to get to this point. They have to get themselves out there. Big grab picks them up. Oh gosh.
I think they wanted the Diva with that, and somehow they managed to miss the giant mech with the Graviton Surge. But you still get the Mercy, still worth.
I mean, worth. I mean, any kill that
I ain't mad at it.
Any kill that you get with the Graviton Surge or any ultimate for that matter here in 5v5, absolutely a game changer. So for them, I mean, they've got ultimates coming up online as well. A 4-pack ready to go for Cyber Academy though.
Well, up here from Ghost, just as a little defensive measure before all the reinforcements show up. Don't want to lose anybody too early in the fight. They've caught the Torbjorn. Yeah, Nullified was on a flank angle and gets absolutely caught out. The entirety of NC Cyber Academy now rush through there, drop a Blizzard onto the point. Kano is trying to find room to use this EMP, but Ginger Ace is already dead. I didn't see the sound barrier come out. I don't know if the sound barrier even made it out. It might have gotten frozen up, y'all, and absolutely canceled.
Yep, I mean, it was Ajax. It was caught
I think it had to be.
Yeah, it was caught in midair. That's absolutely horrible. That's a bad turn of events here for Olympic. They're facing map point and looking to go down match point, but you're coming in with EMP and the rally. So I think that Fungus Bungus right now needs to get something done here. They need to get on top of this Diva and take them out, but Nullify going down again. No more. Oh my God, this is horrible.
It's 2 fights in a row that Nullified has died first. And I don't think it's really anything on them. Yeah, we'll get self-destruct kill at the very end. Little cleanup here for NC Cyber Academy. But it's good recognition from NC Cyber Academy to find Nullified, who's been trying to work these off angles, and they're just shutting it down. And here we go. Nullified's going to die first again.
Yeah, I mean, it's too telegraphed. I mean, at 70% counting, you have one chance to touch this point. Kato has to go around the side. They need to be able to break out and get this done. The rally has to be forced.
Yeah, it's an emergency rally coming out of Fungus Bungus. Fortunately, resources or reinforcements are there. Bubbles already using all attention and have turned on to BGM Studio, who is very low in health. Kristen will find shot with the Diva and put the Zarya in their place. Now just chasing the rest of the Olympic team onto the objective, where they managed to find a flip. Kano has gotten one kill and is waiting for him with an EMP. Suzu's already out, so there's going to be nothing to cleanse this off. Fungus finds Scotty in the back, while Crystal wants to see if they can take Nullify down one more time. Self-destruct up in that vein, and they find him! No way! No shot! You get Nullified again. And this fight continues. That sound barrier makes it out, though, Billy.
They do, and they get the D-Mech as well. So, I mean, this should be the point going over. We're going to head to Ruins as the last map here. Oh, my God. This is going back and forth. I mean, that was all in Cyber Academy's favor and a little bit of over pursuit, and it turns in their favor. The EMP was held onto BT Dubs, and a grab upcoming for Olympic.
What discipline out of Kato. That's what I'm calling it. We're calling it discipline, that they knew that they weren't going to need that EMP. You can save it for this 5th and final checkpoint to couple with this Graviton Surge.
I mean, you're looking for a little bit of extra healing here. The wall is going to stop the approach, and yeah, this is going to be Ruins. This is going to be a grab coming out. I mean, this should win them the fight. The EMP, though, if they can hold on to it long enough, this might actually be something massive for them.
Kind of a scary moment there for BGM Studios. The entirety of NC Cyber's right there. As they all emerge, and BGM's like, whoa, wait a minute. Blizzard is out, and it completely counters the Graviton Surge that was just thrown in. EMP got squat, nothing. NC Cyber Academy cleanly take this point, and a celebratory dance coming in from Ghost.
I mean, Ghost absolutely turns it around with the Blizzard. You don't expect it. Look at the dance coming through. They know that they are on map point right now, and they still got the artillery strike on the approach. However, you're looking at Molten Core. Nullified, I don't know why we're still on the Torbjorn here. You need to have a little bit more punching power. I would love to see the Junkrat come back out. Got a lot more value with it.
I may or may not have been dancing alongside Ghost. Solomon been able to find one kill early, but sacrificing themselves to take the Zarya out of the fight. A worthy trade. Rally up here from Olympic, and well, so you've got another take in this one, and it's a rallying brig in front of your face. Ice block, and to try to defend off from this molten core, but that could leave Ghost in a very vulnerable position. No cooldowns, and everybody knows it. Nullify gets the final blows. The entire team from NC Cyber converged on them. Speaking of, it's a 2v1 against the brig on the outside. BGM making their way back onto this point while the rest of their team cleans up. Olympic will get this fight win.
Yeah, but at 90%, I mean, look, the last second touch there, the Valkyrie is exposed. And, I mean, they're going to look and turn it. So, I mean, 94%. Everything has to be perfect from here on out. They cannot relinquish control at this point. They do have a sound barrier at their back, but they're going into Kitsune Rush. They're going into the into the artillery strike as well. This is actually scary business here for Olympic.
What a smart play from Sorzu to use that Valk and get that extra 10 to 15%. Trade DPS for the break. Sound barrier in lieu of the absentee break. Zuzu used on the other side, trying to keep Crystal alive. Both of our Zaryas looking pretty charged and beams pointed right at each other. Meanwhile, the DPS are fighting up in the high ground where our Zaryas have a bit of a tango here on the point. One where it looks like Crystal is leading. Yeah, BGM Studios takes a dip. Now all attention turned onto the remaining members, and this looks like NC Cyber Academy will come out on top here on Suravossa. But once again, it was down to the absolute wire. These two teams could not be any closer, Billy, but NC Cyber Academy have managed to take a 2-1 lead in the series.
I mean, this is everything that we need here for our last major competition of the night. Our last marquee matchup. It's probably going to go the distance. If we don't get the full distance here, I'm going to get, like, seriously pout in the corner.
I mean, this has got Naap 5 written all over it. It really does. Woo!
Gosh, so good. So good from both sides. I mean, just the counter swapping, the counter picking, just everything is going in these teams' favor. And reminder, you know, not only has UNC Greensboro put $500,000 down, they've also got out there and they have gotten 200 coaches for these teams to be able to be coached up to a level that, you know, lots of high schools don't have that opportunity. These kids are getting the best of the best. Just what a great initiative. What a great initiative.
Passionate esports coaches too, like people that really know the titles and really understand esports. So I mean, it's amazing, the initiative here from VESL. For the entirety, for the first time statewide in North Carolina, to be able to bring you all these fantastic matches. Oh man, this week has been amazing, and we're still not done. You know what? We still have an amazing match going on the other side that we got to go check out. Garinger, your 1 and 2 squad are up 2-0 over Harding, who are, I believe, 3-1 coming into this single alien bracket. So true underdog story happening there in our other match.
Yep, and I mean, after we get done with that little check-in, we're going to come back with a break, and then we're going to finish out the Olympic versus Harding match. And gosh, I'm sorry, the Olympic versus I got the name
NC Cyber.
NC Cyber. Oh gosh, I'm so flabbergasted by the level of play right now that I forgot the name of the team.
Oh, I mean, it's been a lot of action all day long here, Billy. I don't think anybody faults you for getting a couple of names confused. EMP from Night Raven. In fact, all 5 ults available here for Harding. And they lead 2-1 on Suravossa, New Junk City, itself. 2 kills coming through from Garinger with an overclock. Sound barrier to try to fend it off. But there's already 2 players down here. Yeah, Dead Tide just gets punched. I mean, that was jaw-breaking. That just spun their head around like The Exorcist.
Oh boy! I mean, looking at Linda Blair, I'm thinking of Linda Blair. Right? It is Halloween season after all. I mean, but they did have to invest the Tree of Life. So I mean, we are going to the final map here in New Junk City. Back to lobby. Has the tire just about online, but they're going into an EMP. Almost everything from Harding. Oh, this is going to be a very difficult point to take.
I love these aerial views, how we can see the rotations and how the teams choose to move to the objective. It's so important, more important in this game type than any other game type in Overwatch 2. And Harding do have a bit of a positional advantage with the spawn of this checkpoint. They're able to put their backs up against it, and it's up to Garinger to try to move in. One lonely Dio gets caught out on that approach. Cheese has moved into the thick of things, but there's a Kitsune rush waiting for him, and Garinger just have to sit back and find another way in.
I mean, well, Jesus says, yeah, I'm just going to go in. I mean, they've got the tire ready to go. They're waiting for Dio to get back. And there's the tire coming out, looking for something a little special here, maybe?
Yeah, well, they're going to find her bullets. Kilo Swerve shoots down the tire. Ground level tire, and Kilo's really all about it. But she's able to take them out before they can use their attack visor.
Oh.
So a good kill here for Garinger. Make that a pair of good kills for Cheese as they move into this point. And they should be able to flip it back over as we are on our 5th and final objective here on this map.
I mean, we're going to have the Tree of Life available again. We're going to have the Coalescence. I mean, there's a lot of staying power here for Garinger. Night Raven has been very patient with this EMP, but they get caught in the trap. Oh, no. That is not what you want to see. And, I mean, as far as defensive ultimates, I mean, you want to hold this Tree of Life for the Terra Surge coming in. But who's going to take care of this attack visor? It's going to have to be Akko. I mean, hopefully with a charged rail shot. Who knows how this is going to go down? It might come down to the wire here.
Jesus, this is just going to move it aggressive onto this. Oh, you see, everybody pushes forward from Harding. They're trying to just run past. It doesn't work. Cheese follows him in, and Harding ends up completely sandwiched. Smashed between two deadly forces from either side and crushed to a pulp.
Oh my God, I mean, they invested the Terra Surge, they invested the EMP. I mean, they got it done. So, I mean, 75% and counting. The Tree of Life actually doesn't go out because of that EMP. And so now, with the Tree of Life, I mean, this is a lot of staying power.
This is Harding's last hope in this tournament, Billy. They have 3% or they are out. This is it for Harding if they do not win this fight. Attack visor to try to start things off. Chasing somebody around the middle pillar. I couldn't even tell who it was. I think it's the Sojourn. Yeah, they will find that kill with a little help from the captive son. Up to the sky goes Dead Tie. Picks Gaming-itis off of the pedal platform. And Harding are not done yet.
I mean, but they did invest all their ultimates into that fight. So, I mean, Night Raven coming out, back out on this Hanzo, actually taking Cheese down was massive. But the Tree of Life still hasn't come out. And, I mean, the Fade. I mean, one lonely deal gets out barely. Holy cow, it is 75% counting. It's 99 to 78, and this is 1.8 the speed of the capture percentage. They have to get on the point. They have to start contesting.
Harding, you won one must-win fight. Can you win 2 in a row to keep your hopes alive? There goes the punch in from Cheese, and Dead Tide is already dead. Now, Gaming-itis has the Tree of Life on the point. Tire coming in from back to lobby, and Cheese continues to fly around this objective, smashing anything in their way. Harding kept it close. They brought it to the very end, the very last possible engagement on New Junk City. But your 1 and 2 Garinger squad take them down and move on in our single elim tourney. We will see him tomorrow.
We will see him tomorrow. I mean, that's another upsetty spaghetti coming in. Kilo Swerve doing everything they can to keep themselves in this match. Harding putting it all out on the line. I mean, this was the closest 3-0 I think that you and I have seen in quite some time.
Yeah, that one was darn close. Oh my goodness. Whew. I mean, 99, 2-2 final fight on New Junk City. It literally doesn't get any closer than that as far as the numbers are concerned. I mean, like, maybe if we went to a 1v1 in the very end of that fight, like, it's the only feasible way that map could have gotten any closer. Wow. Congrats to Harding. I mean, to Garinger. Huge congrats to Garinger for pulling out that big upset and moving on. Wow. What a series. Exciting stuff. Speaking of, we still have one more banger of a match to conclude here. We're going to take a little bit of an intermission, but don't go far. When we return, it's the conclusion of Olympic and NC Cyber Academy when we finish off day 3 here in VESL. We'll see you in a minute. We're down to the last little bit in what has been the absolute best match I have seen all week long.
Yep, I mean, we are looking for we're looking for some resolution here. NC Cyber Academy coming back on Suravasa. I mean, I think that the wind is in their sails right now, and
Yeah.
Ghost is a big reason why we are where we are. So, everybody strap in. Make sure that you have got something to drink as we finish out the last 2 maps of this series. Should we get there, we'll see how this is going to go.
Billy, I have a feeling that energy levels are very high, morale is very high, and comms are hot for both of these squads. Both of these teams are looking so good and have no reason to go into this map 4 with anything less than chins in the air. As we cut in halfway through push, and, well, it is already Olympic who are up.
Olympic are looking so darn dominant right now, and I'm just absolutely scared for them. I mean, Nullified on this Ash right now is going to have Bob coming into the next fight. No, I'm sorry, NC Cyber Academy are actually up.
Yeah, it's NC Cyber Academy. Yeah.
I mean, they are getting
I got
absolutely
that. That was my fault. That was my fault. I got that one backwards. The NC Cyber Academy in the blue.
Well, they do get the flip, but I mean, the butt scratch has been activated.
Yeah,
they've got a
close response.
Yeah, so I mean, 4-pack of ultimates coming in here for them. So as long as they are smart, they should be able to not only deny the forward spawns from coming through, but they should also be able to move forward and start getting some positive progress for themselves.
But NC Cyber Academy did get all 5 of their players to spawn down low here. So this is going to be an up-close and personal fight. They're not going to waste any time. They're not going to give Olympic an inch as they move on here. Valk already used from Sorcery. Blizzard is out as well. There's the rally, the last possible moment from Ginger Ace, and a Valking Mercy from Fungus Bungus, and all in an attempt to keep Olympic alive through this onslaught. And it kind of worked.
Oh my God!
Until then. Until Crystal finds 2 with that monstrous self-destruct. Now Olympic find themselves stuck in this hallway with Crystal bearing down on.
I mean, Crystal is absolutely one of the reasons why we are where we are at. The just adaptability to play a variety of tanks, what the situation needs. The peel also has been absolutely magnificent from this Diva player. This tank, I mean, is just having a wonderful day. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this this Brigitte right now. Yeah, I mean, other than countering the mate, what is the purpose of this Brigitte really?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We'll see if they're looking at things. You got to keep that Inspire up like 24/7 to get max value out of the Brig. I will say Ginger Ace already halfway to another rally. They just used one, and they get the kill onto the Bastion. So, you know, it's working for them for now, but a good wall is going to separate that Brig from the rest of the pack. But nevertheless, Nullified is on the flank angle and pouring in spam from the top of that hill. Blizzard's going to find 3. Nullified can't get out of there in time, hits the wall with a mine trying to escape. BGM Studios just stands there helplessly as an icicle while their team gets butchered around them. BGM is able to respond, get a couple kills of their own, and Olympic stumble their way back into bot control.
All right, so I mean that's a great fight win for them. They get close to their Blizzard, so that's a win. The bad thing is that Crystal has another self-destruct. So I mean, unless BGM does something incredibly well here, they're going to be facing this self-destruct coming into this next fight, as well as artillery strike.
Yep, Brock. That one landed. Wall from Ghost, not wide enough to hold everybody in. There's the artillery strike, and BGM Studios trying to hit that. Oh, do you have a shield? Nope. No shield for you. The shield was already deployed, and that bomb landed right in BGM's lap. I think they caught that one with both arms. It was like a giant beach ball.
With arms wide open. Sorry, I had to.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's been a while, I will say. It's been a while.
Hey, I thought that was pretty good. But anyways,
yeah,
5
that was also I was playing into your joke, my friend. I'm just saying. Look at this. What is this Moira doing in the back line? Fungus Bungus, Fungus Bungus is way at the bottom of your screen right now, behind the entire team. Meanwhile, there's a couple of ults going off at the bot themselves. There you go. There's the Moira hiding underneath the archway. What are you doing back there?
I mean, trying to turn the fight. I mean, we're at 407. I mean, 85
the
meters
distraction
difference.
Worked.
Yeah, it absolutely works. I mean, you have to do something different, and taking the Mercy down is absolutely what you need to do.
You know what? Sometimes you're right. You just got to do something unexpected. Do something your opponents aren't going to count on. Sometimes you just got to make a play. That's exactly what we saw from Olympic here. NC Cyber Academy trying to close out this series. Olympic desperately, of course, want that map 5. Otherwise, they'll be watching tomorrow's matches from home and opposed to playing in them. Also online here for both squads, but Nullified is going to fall early before they can even come out. That was a nice Suzu to protect against the Rocket, an even better Blizzard into the mix. Freezes up 3, and 2 of the 3 immediately fall, leaving BGM Studios alone.
I mean, just the ultimate rotations from NC Cyber Academy is just outplaying Olympic right now. I mean, we're looking for some kind of difference maker right now. We saw Fungus try to, do the Moira distraction, go a little more DPS. And, I mean, they've been using this wall to set up these D.Va self-destructs. There's another one in the back!
Ooh, I think that one must have gone over the car. It was just enough room. Olympic comes surging back onto this objective with a Blizzard in hand. You can see the Shield desperately trying to keep Kano here alive through all of this. Crystal not able to gobble it up. Good move as the pin puts them back against the wall. They actually got pinned into their own teammates' ice block, which put them in a more dangerous situation. Clever play out of BGM Studios, keeping Olympic in this fight.
They did use the coalescence there, so that's a staying power tool that they don't have as we cross the 230 mark. Kitsune Rush, ready to go here for Scotty with the wheels down. That's going to be some serious damage coming out from this Bastion. But, I mean, BGM, they're not giving up. They're not saying die. The defense matrix is depleted.
I mean, one good fight, and they might be able to get the checkpoint, get those close respawns. Of course, your team's got to survive through the tire first, and Source is not able to do that. So just swinging for the fences. BGM Studio is like, where is that D.Va? Crystal is just harassing it from above and flying away to the point that not even able to use the shatter on him. But still, Olympic are 4 strong here, pushing underneath the bridge and getting ever closer to unlocking some new spawns. Blizzard is out. Is there anything to defend against it? The shatter! A defensive shatter. Still, Chindrace is going to fall. BGM gets booped off of their trajectory there. This is going to be another fight win here from NC Academy. They're not even going to get the res.
That's brutal. And now sub 90 seconds are trapped. But they're still going to get the kill. They still keep firing through the trap, and that is just brutal coming in here. I just think that we need some speed. I think we need to see either Ginger or Fungus go over to the Lucio. A sound barrier would do wonders against these Blizzards.
It's no joke. Hopefully, a coalescence can get it done for the Olympic fans out there. Reinhardt already in a lot of trouble. BGM Studios backing up. The heals are good. You can see their health bar just shot up as the focus from both is there, but the focus from the DPS is greater. And eventually, BGM Studios will go on point. 48 seconds to go. And we are getting into a real tough spot if you're Olympic, particularly after Fungus Bungus getting blown to smithereens by that self-destruct.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going from bad to worse here for Olympic. You're sub 30 seconds now. You're running. You've got, 4 ultimates ready to go. But, I mean, do you get it done? I mean, this has got to be one of the most massive comebacks ever.
BGM Studios off the top rope and is able to find one with the pin. The Suzu is going to protect him for a lot of the damage. I mean, incredible work by the supports, but the Blizzard is just too much. Once the supports are frozen, there's no sustain here for the Reinhardt. And this is just Olympic trying to hang on here. They are so far from home, and there's just no time to work with.
No, I mean, I think this is pretty much done and dusted. They even put out the Kitsune Rush here on the point. That's going to end the... there's a last-second touch that comes through, but the artillery strike is just about done.
Yeah, I think Ginger Ace had actually kidnapped the bot a little bit, and so we're getting a small fight on the back end of this map, but this is a 1v5. NC Cyber Academy come through. The 1 and 2 team will move on into Thursday's matches. We will see them in the final bracket. Yeah, there's a Blizzard here, but there's nobody to follow up on. This is just one at a time. People from Olympic are just kind of filtering in. No ults to work with anymore, so a prolonged conclusion inevitably resolves itself. NC Cyber, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
I mean, one of the best series that we have seen here across both streams. And I mean, just fantastic work from them. Look at the gamesmanship there in the chat as well. You love to see it. These teams really did respect each other. They came out here with a workmanlike performance and just got so much work done. But in the end, just a little bit short here for them, and NC Cyber taking the 3-1 win.
I've seen a lot of good sportsmanship. I mean, support friends and family. Going back and watching the matches. I'll go back and watch the matches from the other stream. I'll go back and watch the stream matches tomorrow morning. When I'm doing that, I have noticed so much support from the friends, from the family, and then again the sportsmanship between each other. It's like nothing but respect for these competitors. Everybody here just giving it their all. You love to see it. Oh man, what an amazing 3 days it has been. We still have the best yet to come. Tomorrow, we will conclude our single elim bracket. We are down to 30 teams, I think, if my math is remembering. We have very few teams left. Very few teams left. And we only get 7 that get to move on to our regional finals. So, come back tomorrow, figure out which of the best will move forward. But that is going to do it for us today. Big shout out to, I think it was Risk producing. Risk or...
Yep.
Okay. Are they changed? Anyway, shout out to Risk behind the scenes. Or whoever was producing for us today. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's going to be us signing off. We'll see you tomorrow for the conclusion of our regional qualifiers. Take care.